Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone around the world. This is the Joe Soro Experiment. I am your host, Joe Soro, aka OX 1947, the Ox 1947. There are some new visitors from Lakers Ball probably listening right now. You guys made me do this, even though I won the bet, and I want to put that on record just in case you guys forgot. But I love my crew out there, so I aim to please. We're in that area right now. Game 82 just ended. Game 82 of a very, very long season. I can't remember the last time an NBA season took this long. Usually I feel like it's going to be long right around December, and then all of a sudden it starts to speed up in January, February, because I'm anticipating this. Let's get going and let's get more wins and all that. But the way the Lakers played this year, especially after Luka came to LA on February 1, it's been this like, let's get to the playoffs. And of course, when you're anticipating what you want, it always takes a little bit longer. So, welcome again, John. Good to see you, brother. Raphael, Mark, Zach. You guys are going to be in here for a little bit of a treat. I think you're going to see my face sour a few times, and I've been going back and forth on whether I want to on how many I'm going to eat today. I didn't get what Gerald got. I think Gerald got olives that were I think cut, which Gerald only did that because because he's a good friend and he wanted to kind of support. He didn't have to eat the olives. He did not make that bet. So I made sure I got the full olives. And what I'm gonna do, since there was this discussion on how many I should eat, I'm gonna do this for you guys. I'm gonna do this, and you guys will probably like it. I'm gonna eat 16 olives. My original number was 10, but I'm gonna eat 16 for how many wins the Lakers need to win the championship, and hopefully that's enough for you guys. And I'll be eating them periodically here. I don't think I'm going to be able to eat more than 3 or 4. I don't think I'll be able to eat 3 or 4. I'm going to try to go 1 and 2 until I can get to 16. If I have to be here for 2 hours, 3 hours, I'll do it. But I'm going to start off with some Laker talk here. And again, for those of you who don't know me, if you're here for the first time, that is my Achilles heel is black olives. I struggle. This is going to be a struggle. So I have my water. I refilled my little In-N-Out burger cup. This was from yesterday, by the way. But I have it filled with water, and I'm gonna do my best to get this thing where it needs to be and fulfill a bet again that I won. But I'm trying to be a good sport and making good TV here. But the Lakers today played the Trailblazers with their I think I called it the third tier lineup. It wasn't even their backup lineup, and ended up getting shellacked 109 to 81. We had a chance to see Dalton Connect play, and it's interesting. He had 13 points in the first half, and the guy, you can see the guy is struggling. You could see it. He's thinking out there. He's out of place out there. He doesn't have a natural feel for the process yet. He's one of those guys that didn't kind of catch on maybe 3/4 of the way in or halfway through the season. He has been a rookie this entire time, except in the areas that he is proficient in. And throughout all that, the fact that he had a chance to play, he still dropped a team high 27 points. And I'm looking at his future in a very, very, very positive and happy way. I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm telling you right now, when this guy figures it out, if they're not going to trade him this summer for a better player, he is going to be a huge asset for the Lakers. And I believe in the end, the Lakers probably feel the same way, because I don't think they would have rescinded that trade if they didn't have buyer's remorse. I am in full believement. Is that a real word? I am in full agreement with myself. That makes sense. That they rescinded that trade, having buyer's remorse and saying, what if we might have traded the best shooter, one of the best shooters in the NBA in the next 2 or 3 years? So he hit 5 threes today, despite the competition. The Portland Trailblazers were playing. And of course, they always play against the Lakers when they're in Portland. That's kind of part of their DNA in Portland. They gotta, no matter who's playing, You got to beat the Lakers, especially when they're in Portland. So I am feeling pretty happy for him. I believe he's going to play a little bit in the playoffs. I don't think he's going to play a lot. Maybe he'll have certain spots depending on matchups, but was happy about the game and seeing his performance. And I think he has a really, really, really bright future should he stay a Laker. And as far as Jordan Goodwin is going to be a player that likely gets some run as well in the playoffs. And he didn't have a bad game as well. So the Lakers are in good hands. Lakers have a couple players here in Jordan Goodwin who came out of nowhere, who they're going to be able to develop and possibly have in the future at very reasonable resources allocated to, and probably become important pegs in this machine that's being built here for the next run with the Luka Doncic run. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. And then as far as kind of what comes from this, the Lakers right now have 8 days off. I think their next game is Sunday. I don't know what time yet. I haven't had a chance to look at the times if they've been announced yet. But 8 days off for LeBron, 8 days off for a tired Luka, 8 days off for an 82-game season is definitely going to be beneficial for the Lakers, so they can go ahead and face the Minnesota Timberwolves. And for the first time in 14 seasons, host a series. Now, you might be asking, well, Joe, didn't we win a championship in 2020? Yes, but in case you forgot, they didn't play at home at all that whole playoff run. So this is the first time, not only in 14 seasons, but this is the first time in the LeBron era of being a Laker where he starts his first series at home in LA. So a lot of firsts, and I'm looking for hopefully the ultimate first, and that is Luka Doncic getting his first ring, and as well as other guys like DFS and Austin Reeves and all those good guys. So yeah, so we didn't quite enjoy the game tonight, but the season was essentially over 2 days ago when the Lakers clinched the third seed, and we were just waiting on what Golden State and the Clippers were going to do, and Minnesota and Memphis and all those guys. And we'll probably have playback running on Tuesday for the play-ins, and we'll see how that plays out. I'll go into some predictions on that before the show is over, and then we'll talk in depth, and I'll go through all our comments. I'll get to all your comments here tonight. We'll discuss your opinions, my opinions, and if your opinion sucks, I'll let you know it sucks, and if it's good, I'll let you know it's good too. Segueing into the other LA team, the LA Dodgers. So the LA Dodgers came in today trying to win the series in the rubber match against the Cubs, and they haven't really been playing well. Even in the games that they've won, they haven't played well at all in a few weeks here. And I don't know what's going on with their offense, but it doesn't seem like that bottom of the lineup is having any success getting somebody on base for Shohei Ohtani. I don't know what Roberts is going to do. He may wait it out until they get out of the funk. He may keep changing things. I've heard rumors already today that they might be looking for a possible center fielder out there on the market. I don't know how that's all going to play out, but as of right now, the Dodgers have failed at the plate and not being able to get Ohtani any kind of run in terms of runners on base. Because I believe when you have one, especially two on base, and if there isn't a second out, if that's like one out or no outs, it's virtually a lock that Ohtani is going to get a hit. It's been like that for a year and change whenever it does. So Roberts has to figure out a way to make things work, in getting people on base for Ohtani, or maybe drop him down to 2, maybe 3. And it would make sense, wouldn't it? Because Freeman has been out. Word is he's going to come back for the Rockies series. I think they wanted to give him a little bit of a break here just to kind of smooth things out a little bit more. Give him a break so that he can start fresh in the Colorado series and do his thing. But if Freeman is not playing, if he's not playing in the third spot, let's say, I would say you might want to move Otani to 2 and maybe just flip Mookie at 1, because I trust Mookie as a leadoff hitter to at least get a on base in some degree at least once a game. Like, they're not getting anybody on base, it seems like, with Otani here the last week. Hey, Jeff, what's up, bud? You want to come on the show? I know Gerald's coming on. Let me know. Message me. If you do, I'll send you a link. So I made a promise to myself, even though I reacted. Jeff got my text messages today. I was a little bit more curse happy. But I also understand that just like an 82-game season in the NBA, a 162-game season in the majors is just as taxing mentally if you're not kind of allow yourself to balance out. So I'm not going to panic. The only irritation really is the fact that everybody in the NL West is playing really, really well. I'm like, what the hell's going on with that? What, I mean, really? Like, are we gonna have to deal with a 2021 situation where a San Francisco Giant team is going to win 104 games? We already had to work. We already knew the Padres are going to do well, and we thought maybe Arizona would be there, right? They had a great offseason. They might have had the second best offseason in the majors after the Dodgers. Are the Dodgers going to have to deal with the Diamondbacks and the Giants while dealing with the Padres just to win the division? Before today's game, they had the third best record, and they were third in their division. So yeah, I guess if they're going to earn it, they're going to earn it, and sometimes that's how it is in life. So yeah, I don't know. It's too early, and I've been telling myself this even since the game ended today. I don't want to fall into that. What have you done for me lately? I think we did enough of that this year with the Lakers. We did enough of it really with the last couple of years, and I think my perspective on things have changed, and I'm going to be a little bit more balanced. Now, I'll still react to stupid commentary. That'll never change, and I'll also react to good commentary. And just because I react negatively to your commentary doesn't mean that it's not a good thing either in the end, because it is entertainment. And you are here to be entertained, right? I mean, I'd like to think that. This is about entertainment and knowledge. We do pride ourselves in doing research and having a memory to things that maybe you will never be able to remember. I have 47 years on me. I've been watching sports for a very long time, and I've been watching sports coherently for a very long time, at least for 30 years when you combine all of the major three. And to some degree, the hockey and the college basketball and the college football and golf. By the way, props to Rory today. He made the complete slam in terms of wins. So props to Rory. He had a little scare there on 18 where he kind of botched his what should have been his winning putt. Ended up going to sudden death and had a killer drive, a killer second shot, just what looked, I think it was 5 feet away, and got the birdie and won his first Masters to complete the Grand Slam. And I had not seen a guy cry that hard after winning a title since Michael Jordan in '96. He was in hysterics. So whatever was going on in his mind, man, that guy was taxed emotionally. He really, really wanted that title, and he did get it. Congratulations to Rory on the green jacket. I wish I enjoyed golf as much as I used to when Tiger was playing, but I think a lot of us think that way too. When Tiger played, we always watched. Now, I haven't had a chance to really get enthusiastic about the Rorys and the Krapkas and all those guys. I don't know. Tiger's different, man. Let's see here. Anthony's here. Hey, Joe, would Maxi Kleber being available in the second or third round make a difference, or would he never see the court even available? Great question, Anthony. I don't think after he had foot surgery. I don't think a guy that's coming off foot surgery and then being off 3-4 months is going to have much energy to play in a playoff game. I just don't think he's going to have enough stamina to play. So I'm not going to rely on it. If it does present itself to where he's available and he's able to provide something, sure. I think that's definitely something that could add to the fact that they'll have depth. Another guy that can play down in the block, or even shoot. Kleber actually hit a game winner. I think it was last year against us. So he does have that. But I'm not going to hold my breath, man. I think this thing is probably going to take him out. It's kind of similar to when Ariza back in 2008. He had foot surgery too. Came back, but was really ineffective in the playoff run in 08. And he needed time to heal. And of course, we all saw what he did in 09 and was really the third best player on that team and was an integral part in winning the championship that year. So yeah, that's kind of how I look at it. He's kind of in that Trevor Ariza area where that this soon after surgery on a foot, if it was something like a I don't know, surgery on his broken humerus bone or maybe a forearm on his non-shooting hand, I'd be like, oh yeah, I think Kleber has a chance to. Maybe it'll take him a few weeks to get his stamina going, but this is a foot thing. I don't know if his body's going to allow him to be effective the rest of the way. So let me get on top of here real quick. So some of you guys are talking about the olives, okay? So I'm gonna get to the top of the page here. Rafa has got the olives here, so I'm gonna take this. I've got this. I've got the olives here, and they're full olives. I have it in my little Dodger hat here, so in case it spills. So I'm gonna grab two. Let me grab two here real quick. I'm gonna grab two. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. Okay. Full olives. Oh. Oh my God. I usually have a pretty good. Oh my God. How do people eat this crap? Oh. I'll do you guys a solid. I'll eat the 16 without drinking anything so that you guys don't think I'm. Oh my God. Oh. Oh my God. How the hell do you guys eat this crap? Oh. So that's two. Keep a tally, guys. I have 7 more to do this. Oh my God. Worst food ever. Oh my God. Oh. It's not going away, man. I've been chewing it for like what, 2 minutes now? Oh man. Whew. Oh. I don't give a shit how healthy this shit is. It tastes like shit. Oh my God. It's like arsenic, but I've never eaten arsenic, but I would imagine that's what it would taste like. Oh my God. So which one did I do? Scotch or tequila? I would drink straight acid right now to get this taste out of my mouth. I had this, it kind of reminds me of a story. My buddy, oh my God, man, this stuff's not going down. My buddy had this moonshine. No joke. It smelled like pure gasoline, just like Ron Burgundy when he's talking to Paul Rudd. And my buddy, John, who's a pussy, anything like that, he's always, no, I ain't doing that. No, I ain't doing that. I'm like, fuck this. I'm not going to look like this guy. So I grabbed the bottle, and seriously, the bottle was clear, and it looked like rubbing alcohol that was in the fridge. That's what it looked like. So, of course, I smelled it to see what moonshine smelled like, right? I smelled it. It smelled like rubbing alcohol. So I saw it, and usually rubbing alcohol is like some kind of vodka, right? I'm looking at it, I'm like, this looks like rubbing alcohol, totally expecting a different smell. And I'm like, dude, this smells like rubbing alcohol, and it looks like rubbing alcohol. Are you sure it's not rubbing alcohol? It's like, swear, Joe. No. I swear, it's moonshine. I said, okay. He gives me the shot glass. I pour it in there, and I drink it. Oh my God. It was like drinking rubbing alcohol. And it was stinging and burning for like 2 minutes. And I'm like, dude, this is not going away. This is not going away. How the hell what is going on here? And everybody's laughing. Everybody's making fun of me at this point. One guy, my guy, John's like, oh, I told you that. And then Brian's just sitting there laughing. And I'm like, you fucking asshole, man. Give me something to chase this down. Give me something. There was no water around at that point. I don't know where the hell it was. So he got me silver Patron. I go, give me some silver Patron. At least it's something that tastes good. Take a shot of that. Nothing. Somehow, I don't know why this popped into my head. The shit's still burning. I now have that in the combination of silver Patron in my mouth. I'm like, dude, my mouth is on fire. My throat is on fire. I'm fucking dying here. Give me something. And then right away, for some weird reason, I don't know if you guys remember that commercial where they feed the dog peanut butter and you can see the dog eating the peanut butter for like 20 seconds nonstop. I don't know why that came to my head, but I'm like, give me peanut butter. He gave me peanut butter. I took the biggest scoop I could take, put it in my mouth, ate it. Finally, it neutralized not only the burn, but it neutralized the taste in my mouth. So I wouldn't say that this is as bad as that was in terms of the pain, but the taste, it took me like a minute and some change to swallow this crap. And I've only taken 2, and I've said I'm going to do 16. So, whew, man, what an experience, huh? I'm going to go back to some of your comments, guys. I'll try to run through it here soon. Empire Jeff will be here soon. I believe Gerald might be here as well. So we'll kind of have a roundtable here to discuss kind of the stuff that's going on with the future of the Lakers as well as the Dodgers. I'll get to all you guys' comments here. I'm going to start from the top just so you guys know I want to talk to you about it, whatever you guys have in store here. Let's see here. Where are we at the top here? Oh, there you are, G. Where are you? There, at the stage. Is there some reason why it's not coming? Oh, that's why. Gerald, what's up? Anyone? Gerald, can you hear me? Gerald? I can hear you.
I can hear you now. Okay, everything's good.
Did that happen?
Did you enjoy those olives? I didn't get a chance to see.
Well, I ate 2 of them, and it took forever to swallow them. But I was going to go through the...
waiting for my ice cream to melt from Jason's Deli so I can eat it.
Oh, congrats. By the way, thanks for being a good sport there, trying to back me up too by doing it. So thank you. You didn't have to do that.
We always have our differences, but when it comes to something you need, man, for all you've done, it's the least I can do.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I always got your back.
Thank you. Mark, talk about someone who's been great with it for us. Mark, Xbox. Always
the olive expert himself. The olive expert
and always will be, is and always will be my brother, my brother from down under. So thanks for being here, Mark. Any questions, please send them my way. Good day, John. I don't know if you're part of the Lakers ball crew, but if you're not, welcome. If you are, welcome, because I know I made an announcement on there. Let's see here. Where are we here? Mark says, I love olives, Zach. I had 10 today already. I eat olives every day. I wish you were here, Mark. I could give you some of these. Eat them for me. Let's see here. Zach,
no
what's
more
up,
enjoyable experience I will have today, Joe, than when I threw those olives in the trash.
That's funny. Luckily, these are only $2.50. So when I eat the 16, I can throw the rest of them away as well.
Mine was $1.65 at Trader Joe's.
Well, that's good. That's good. What was the best bet we get Luka? I don't think there was ever a bet of the Lakers getting Luka. That came from left field, right field, center field. That came from Mars, honestly. I'll say it looks like John doesn't like olives either. Get something
by the way,
stronger
Calvin
than water.
Booth, shouldn't we be looking in the wanted ads for a job? I think right now.
I don't know.
Booth?
I'm sure he'll be okay. I'm sure he got a nice severance package.
No, it was his last year. They weren't extending him.
Okay, well, I would say in this sports business, most of these guys get fired at some point, don't they? I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that went away here. Sorry.
There you go. I'm back. I didn't even touch anything.
Yeah, I know that was weird. It's like it just kind of logged off. Let's see here.
Now, vanilla chocolate swirls, Zach, that they have. It's like the free kind, because that's one of the things about Jason's Deli. I don't know how big they are as a chain, but one of the things for anyone who orders their food, they're allowed to get those free muffins, mini muffins, free crackers, free those little small bread things that they have, and then also you get free ice cream as well.
Jeff, you decided to do red on my red background.
I did. I had to switch the color up.
You're gonna blend into the back.
I'm back in the red neighborhood, so I had to,
Hey, seriously, what do you wear usually when you're outside? Do you wear red at all over there?
Depends which direction I'm going.
Is that what it is? So the east is over here, the west is over there. Is it blue west?
I remember that.
It all depends.
When you told me, when I was actually laughing when you said this, when you said, "Yeah, I my wedding ring, this, and that," and I'm like,
"Yeah,
well, why are you taking your wedding ring off?" And you're like, "Yeah, man, when I take my dog out for a walk, I take it off." I'm like, "Oh, damn, man, it gets that bad? It could be that bad."
I mean, it could be someone. If it's someone I know, I'm good. It could be someone passing through that don't know the rules, and they'll learn after. But like in the meantime, no,
okay,
don't play with that.
Okay,
So,
I remember when I used to go to Hollywood every day. Yeah, they told me
I'm gonna have two more.
There are certain colors you do not want to wear when you go past certain areas when heading to Hollywood.
Yep.
I'll just leave it at that.
Oh my God. Fuck.
What is going? Hold on. I think I have to come back in because this is hold on, give me 1 second.
Are you losing juice?
The white background.
Isn't it horrible, Joe? Man,
oh my God. I don't know how the hell people eat this. Anyways, JY, how didn't that left fielder not catch that foul ball in the 8th, Joe? Conforto was worrying about the wall.
Yeah, the security guard right there was pretty much what it was.
I don't think they scored anything in that, did they? I can't remember. Did they score?
They did, yeah.
Oh, they did. Yeah, they scored that one run. Sorry.
Still have the taste of all of them.
Vessia, right?
Yeah,
that was the inning Vessia was pitching, right?
Yeah, the one that tail short hopped. Couldn't get that last catch.
Oh, that was it. That was it. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So I talked a little bit about the Dodgers before you got on. Even though I was going off on the text, I wasn't really going off. I was just texting like that for dramatics. Man, why isn't this stuff going down?
Oh, they're horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Oh,
whoever invented olives is just got an issue with you, man. Just olives suck.
It's crazy.
God, black olives. I can eat green ones every now and then, but black is.
I don't really like the green ones. I don't really eat the black ones. On a Mexican pizza from Taco Bell, I'll eat them. But outside of that, I could get away with it there. But outside of that,
or the enchilado,
I don't just eat them. Yeah, I don't just eat them to eat them like you psychopaths are doing right now. But outside of that,
and we won the bet, Jeff. We won the bet. We didn't have to.
So
we won the bet.
You guys are much bigger gentlemen than me. No, I would have.
Guys at Lakers ball were busting my balls over a bet I won. I told them, I said 20-10 or top 4 by mid-December. Basically when salaries cleared December 15th, I said they got to be 20-10 or they got to be in the 4th spot, and they weren't. So then all of a sudden the Lakers start playing well in December, January, and all this. Hey, Joe, Ox, when are you going to eat those olives? I'm like, eat those olives? What the fuck are you talking about? I won the bet. It didn't happen. Ah, man. oh man, you're selling out. You're doing all this. I'm like, I won the bet. So I think they all kind of ganged up on me and said, yeah, you suck, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, fine, fuck you all. I'll eat them. So just to tell you that you guys suck and I won the bet and I'll eat this shit, whatever the hell this is. And then at least you guys will be up my ass for the future whenever we do with other things. Anyways, yeah, man. Today's
I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come out and come back in because I think the version of StreamYard that came in, it's got the white background. I do think like murder on the eyes. So I'll be right back.
Do it. All right. So, so going back to the game, the Dodgers just have not. They're hitting that snag during a 162 game season. I don't know how else to look at this. How they're going to adapt. How they're going to. I think Roberts just kept thinking this last like week or so that they're going to get out of the funk, but they're going to have to make a decision if they play the Colorado Rockies here in this 3-game set, and they end up doing the same shit tomorrow. Then something's going to have to change on the lineup. Either they drop Ohtani to 2 or they start putting Edman at the 9. They need to get they need to figure out a way to get runners on base for Ohtani if they're going to keep him at the 1. That's my assessment on that. Zachary, would we have got more wins and a 2 seed if we didn't cancel the trade or whatever the word is? Oh, so you're thinking that if the Mark Williams trade had gone through, that maybe they would have won more games. I don't know, Zach. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if Mark Williams would have been that important because the games that they lost, they didn't lose these games because they didn't have enough talent on the floor. It was brain dead decision making in the endings of the game that lost them those games. So whatever that ends up mattering in the end doesn't matter anymore. They're a 3rd seed. They're going to play Houston if they win, and Houston wins on the road. And there are worse teams to play in the 2nd round on the road than Houston. Houston's a young team. Houston doesn't have a bona fide 1-star on there that you have to worry about. So I think in the end, I still say they're going to end up in the same place, regardless if they had gotten a 2 or a 3. And that's the Western Conference Finals, should everybody stay healthy and likely face the Oklahoma City Thunder. ER. Is that what I think it is?
Yes, E-R. Yeah. He was the
little,
one that loves Alex Lynn.
Little fucking prick. We were in Orlando in 2020. Yeah. Yeah, we were in Disneyland. So whenever they say, I always get a kick out of this, Jeff, you probably get a kick out of it. When they call the Dodgers, whatever they call the Dodgers title in 2020, a Mickey Mouse title, I'm like, they were in Texas. And then they just start staring at me.
Yeah, the Lakers are in Orlando.
I'm like, they were in Texas. Oh, by the way, they won some playoff games at home, too.
Like, get a map, right?
Yeah, get a map.
biggest state in the fucking country, and you don't know where it's at.
But they hear it. They hear it on the news. They hear it from
narratives.
They hear a bunch of jackals on it. All these guys, 90%, if not more, of the people's knowledge. We were talking about this on LFB just now. They're sitting there and they're talking about Nas Reed dominating. Did they say dominating, Gerald? What was the word they used? Yeah, they dominate. He dominates the Lakers. I'm like, dominate? I literally went to the games that they played, and I'm like, dude, this guy scored like 13 points.
His career against the Lakers averages 13 and
It's 13 points in what, 16 games?
Yeah, 13 games.
I'm like, where do you guys pull this shit off? Seriously. Hey, Aaron.
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, this is crazy.
Right, what's up, Jeff? I could come up on that. Chris, the art director. What's up, brother?
Christopher.
2 sports basically in one season. That's how long baseball is. Well, here's the anomaly right now. Other than 2020 and maybe 1988, but see, 2020 was different. 2020, because of the delay in the NBA, the Dodgers and the Lakers won a championship in the same. Was it the same month?
It was the same month.
It was in October.
Less than 2 weeks apart.
Yeah, in October.
Mm-hmm.
That's never likely going to happen unless there's another pandemic or something, right?
No,
But yeah, that'll never happen. But there has been a time where the Lakers and the Dodgers won in the same year. In 1988, the Lakers won their back-to-back championship in June of '88, and then 4 months later, the Dodgers beat the A's in the World Series. That's the famous Kirk Gibson home run. So LA was balling out in '88, man. I mean, that was the place. And I don't think LA. I'm pretty sure of this. I talked about this on my previous show. I think in the history of Los Angeles, I don't think anything will ever beat the '80s. Not only in sports, but just lifestyle, movies, the technology, the president at the time. Everything in the '80s was at peak level, except for maybe one thing, and that was the smog. Because every movie you see in the '80s, when you look at every movie in the '80s, when they do the wide shot of LA, it's orange. So props to the environmentalists on this one. You got to give props, right? You got to give props where the props are due. They didn't. Oh, there you are again, Gerald. Why do you guys keep moving around? What's going on with your stuff? Anyways,
I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't have a control.
It might be maybe StreamYard is not used to having more than one guy talking over here. Let's see.
Yeah. So you have to have your So you set the. Never mind. Yeah. The parameters.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that after the show. I don't know what the parameters are. At least not right now. Let's see here. 47 years young. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Another close game that got away. Absolutely. Anthony Joe already answered that one. Let's see. I'm trying to do what Jeff usually does on this stuff. I'm not
Calvin Booth in the chat. Now we have Jamal Murray in the chat.
Okay, I'll get to you guys all. This is what I wanted. I wanted to talk to the opposition. Where are we here?
What is going on?
Where are we here? Luca made you all eat olives. Hey, man, I would eat olives every day if somebody had come to me and said, hey, eat olives every day for the next 365 days and you'll get Luca.
I'd have him on auto ship.
That's funny. Bloodhound, Joe, you really took one for the team. Are you going to wash it down with some tequila? No. Should I? My eyes are getting watery. My eyes are watery. Let me see. Where else are we? Comments. See, I'm not a martini guy, though. Are you guys a martini people? Do you ever have martinis?
I'm not.
I mean, to me, that the whole glass thing. There is a pomegranate martini at Ruth's Chris, and that shit is good.
My wife gets that.
Oh, your wife gets it?
My wife gets
that. Does that make me a bitch?
No, other things do, but not that.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. I've tasted that, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good, but I'm I figured that would trip you up.
Well,
it doesn't.
Hold on, the comedy in that wasn't the way. That wasn't what you said. It was how quick you said it.
Yeah. I'm one of those that believe that anything you get at a steakhouse like Ruth Chris, like none of it, anything you drink, anything it doesn't matter. Now, if you got one at like Applebee's, then we could probably need to talk about that.
That's funny. Okay, so Joe, how did you avoid olives growing up? There are plenty of olives in Mediterranean diets. Absolutely, no, they are. My mom, her main dishes were rice, a meat, sauce. That was kind of the general 3-course meal, and then we ate pickled vegetables like cauliflower, and they would mix different things as well in there. You know, the serrano peppers. Oh my God! I was at my aunt's house about a month ago. Holy shit! I had no idea they started pickling the serrano peppers, and I was eating that shit like it was popcorn. So over my time, obviously my family my mom would adapt. God rest her soul. She would adapt what we liked, what we didn't like to things. And my sister didn't really care too much for olives either. My dad, I mean, they ate them, but it wasn't like part of a main dish or even a side dish. So I never had to, I never really dealt with it. And mind you guys, I didn't grow up eating like mac and cheese and like lasagnas. Like we didn't eat food like that unless I don't even remember eating them like at other people's houses. Not that I wouldn't eat it. I just it wasn't. It never happened. The first time I ate macaroni and cheese was in college, and I remember I like took. I'm like, wait, you want me to eat macaroni and cheese? What do you want? I'm not going to eat that. I called it trailer park food. Like I'm not going to eat that shit. What are you crazy? He's like, just taste it. And they had kielbasa with it, right? They had kielbasa with it. I'm like, kielbasa? What the fuck is this? Like what? Mac and cheese and kielbasa? How does that fucking work? They're like, Joe, just try it. I'm like, all right. So I start eating. I'm like, God damn, this is good.
Shit works like peanut butter and jelly. Is how that shit works.
And of course, I put the ketchup and the mustard with the kielbasa and
with the mac and cheese and just totally screwed it all up. But
let's see here. Usually, I'm the guy that's usually telling people, "Hey, come eat." You haven't eaten this dish before. That was my one of my few experiences where I was able to do one. Joe, could you do hot ones? Ooh, I've thought about that one. So the first time I did blazing at Buffalo Wild Wings, this is before their wings started to suck ass. This is before Arby's bought them, right? Oh my!
The challenge.
Yeah, the challenge, right? It's we have Arby's. The challenge. We have the challenge on LFB. I did it, but the first time I ate them, the first time I ate them, I thought I was gonna eat like the heat from the Hooters one, the 911s. I ate the Hooters from 911s for decades, right? And I love the taste. Easy. Everybody's like, "Are you sure you want the 911s?" I'm like, yeah. Give me that. And all good, right? Little ranch, all good. I ordered the blazing, and I had never had anybody in my circles tell me that this shit is hot. Be careful, right? They're like, "Oh man, that shit's hot." I'm like, yeah. Everybody says it's hot, dude. I took one bite, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" And I started drinking the water, and I'm talking. Oh, fuck. And I was drinking the water, and I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't drink the water because they always say don't drink water because it makes it worse. So I stopped drinking the water, and I'm like, I keep eating to think that maybe it'll get used to it. My face started burning, like inside. I'm like, what the? Like in my head, I'm not saying this out loud. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What the hell did they just feed me? How the fuck is this so hot? This is like a commercial place. I make it through one, still thinking I can get through it. I eat half of a second one, and I said, fuck this. I said, get the check. I got to go get milk. I'm not going to order. I'm not going to order like a gallon of milk here. It'll be like $40 for milk. I go, dude, I got to get out of here. My fucking mouth is, I'm in fucking pain. I lived like a block away. So I get home, and I literally take the half gallon of milk, and I just start drinking it for an hour. An hour, it did not go away. I'm like, what the fuck did they put in this thing?
That's no joke. Have you had that thing gonna give you that soul clap, man, when your chest claps your back. Like that thing is like, good Lord. Have you had the atomic one at Wingstop?
Yeah, I can handle that one.
No, no, but back in the same thing. Like when it first came out, they had to change it. The initial one they did was so bad that if any of it even got like on your fries, you couldn't even eat your food. Like it was so terrible. It was so he looks like he just took a bite of one right now. It was so terrible. But the blazing one, I remember my boy, this dude, I remember he did the challenge 3 times back with the blazing when it was like that. Once in Vegas, twice out here in LA. And I was like, he's a big mammoth human being, man. He damn near could just eat the bones. Like, but he was like, I'm like, you are crazy. But they don't let you drink. They don't let you wipe your face. They don't let you do anything. 5
minutes.
They don't let you do any of that. And I'm like, nah, you're crazy. You okay, Joe? You're good? You good?
Oh. Good thing you're not having Pepper X.
What was that, 6?
Worse.
Was that 6, guys?
I just got here, so I'm not sure. They got some spicy shit out there in Vegas, man. They got some
the NWO of Lakers and Dodgers talk. Oh,
I mean, the ghost pepper stuff. I mean, you get used to the ghost pepper stuff, but I heard Pepper X is like the worst.
I've never had Pepper X. I've had ghost pepper. I've had, obviously all kinds of ones.
I've had ghost pepper too.
You get some stuff around here, like some of these street vendors, some of these taco vendors. You got someone's like home chile recipe that'll knock your ass back to Tuesday. But And they warn you too, like, no. Like, man, I'm gonna try it because you said no. Then I wish I listened. I like spice. I like spicy, but some of it is.
My thing is, I don't want it to destroy my esophagus. I've heard stories of the throat going to shit.
Yeah, don't Dustin May yourself. Yeah, I want it to taste good. Give me a little heat. You know what I mean? But I'm not, you know, I mean, I'm not trying to mess up the night and the morning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no. It's about I don't want to damage shit. And that's why they have those release forms and a lot of those competitions. They don't want you to die and then blame them, right? Well, what difference does it make if I'm dead? So Calvin Booth, thank you. By the way, congratulations on your early retirement, Calvin. The Dodgers look bad right now. I don't think we will go back to back. It's too early, dude.
How many games are we into the season, Joe? 17.
I need to okay. Can I please?
Jeff, you can talk whenever you want.
Well, I'm just saying the sky is falling Laker mentality that you guys have with as Laker fans, which you guys, I understand that you just lose your ever loving shit anytime they lose 2 games in a row. You know, you live and die with every game they play. Remember that? It's true, right? Like, so what I'm saying is this: the Dodgers are not the Lakers. They're not the Lakers. It is 162 games. You guys don't do 162 things a year. You know what I mean? The same that the Dodgers do. All right. Relax. Do you guys know what the Dodgers record was after 23 games last year? It was terrible. You know how many series the Dodgers lost last April? 3. What happened? Oh, hold on. Make sure what happened because I just happened to have it. This shit happened. So stop crying over every loss in baseball. Because Joe, why? There's no crying in baseball. Stop crying over Dodger losses this early in the season.
They try to play off that Roki was crying after his first domestic start. Why do you got to lie, man? He was sweating.
It was the dude was just like, how did these sorry ass dudes get me? It was kind of just lost. Sweating.
Yeah, he's sitting there going, dude, I'm 3 digits with movement. What the hell just happened?
Joe, how old is Roki?
23.
There's people who are 33 in our chats that are still trying to figure out life, that are from this country, that are from the city they work in. No disrespect. I'm just saying. Sometimes it takes time, right? You're asking a 23-year-old dude to come over from another country to another league. He's adapting. But this whole, first of all, like, Calvin Booth thing is hilarious. Like, anyone's going to take anything with a name like that for law, right? but what I'm saying is
he bailed himself out a little bit by saying, I don't think. If he had said,
I'm kidding.
Right now, they're not going to win a back-to-back. Then it would have been a different story.
I'm kidding. I got all the parody accounts in my chat too. I get it. You know what I mean? I'm just messing around. But what I'm saying is the Dodgers, they're off to a better start than they did last year. Like, if it wasn't for, here's the thing, Joe, and you all right? You okay?
Yeah, keep talking, man.
Okay,
Let me keep talking so I don't think about it.
Oh, guys, you look like you sniffed a backpack full of assholes. All right, look, so
might as well be.
So what I'm saying is this: like, if you would have sit here, if these 2 other teams in the NL West weren't playing crazy above their heads, the Dodgers, the start that the Dodgers are having is fantastic. The New York Mets are 10-5, and they're throwing parades in Queens right now. They're going ballistic. They're having a Puerto Rican Day parade every other day over there right now. Okay, that's what they're loving it over there right now, right? And for those who have never been to the Puerto Rican Day parade, let me tell you. You should, right? But secondly,
is it like tailgating at Ole Miss?
It's
Except
different
with darker meat.
Yeah, but it's incredible. Puerto Rican Day Parade is amazing. It's a New York staple. But what I'm saying is this: what the Dodgers are doing right now, when Ohtani hasn't even got it going, Muncy, I don't know, hasn't even joined the season yet, right? There's a lot of things that have gone on with this Dodger team early in the season that never even leaked out. Like, there's a lot of things going on that they're trying to piece together, and they still got a top record in baseball. So everyone throwing a fit, relax a little bit. I understand that that's normal for NBA and Lakers. That's not normal for baseball. It's not normal for baseball to just fall apart after one game. It's not normal. Don't do that. Don't be goofy. It's not normal. Okay? Don't be goofy. Keep that goofy stuff in basketball. They don't do that in baseball. The sky does not fall after one game in baseball. The sky doesn't even fall after you've lost 3 series. The sky doesn't fall even after you've lost 6 out of the last 9 games, because that's baseball. And what did you say about that, Joe, earlier when I told you that's baseball? What'd you say?
I said, fuck baseball.
Yeah. Because baseball will have you feel like that sometimes. It's true.
It's hard to judge tone on a text, right? There's a great. By the way, I highly recommend watching a Key and Peele, the Key and Peele sketch of that. It's fucking hilarious. Just put text messaging Key and Peele on YouTube. Gotta watch it. So, since we're talking now, oh my God. Since we're talking now, when he said that's baseball, I said, fuck baseball. Like that. Like, I know what he meant by it. And I'm like, fuck this thing, man. Like, why does it have to be like this?
Yeah, because baseball
seriously,
is hard.
You're watching, and I was around last year. I know what happened last year too, but you forgot about it, right? I'm sitting there and I'm like, why can't you get a damn runner on base, please? Can you do it once? And it's like building and building and building. And it almost feels like the Cubs and the Nationals, the last two series, it's almost like they have it figured out. They're like, all right, look, we're going to be doing this. Okay, you're going to be pitching this, and this guy's going to come up. As soon as the 9-hitter gets, we're going to have 2 outs by then. Get that guy out. That's what kept going through my head. Like every fucking time the 9th hitter got on there, we have a guy on, or maybe we might even have a second guy on, and all of a sudden he gets the fucking out. And I'm like, God damn it. It just felt like it was all planned.
And then a guy has a 10-pitch at bat and just battling, and then chases one at the knees, right? Like, it's all the thing about baseball. What's his name? Had a great at bat. And then Tail had a great at bat. And then he dropped it on him, right? Boom. Swing and a miss. Here's the thing. Laker fans, this is where the Dodgers and Lakers are on the same page. They differ a lot, especially as a fan base. Lakers and Dodgers, like, look at the Boston Celtics. Hardly anyone outside of Boston remembers they won a chip last year. No one's going in there bringing their best game to beat the Celtics. No one's going in there to do it. Nobody remembers they won it. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, right? They was like, we got to go in and beat the Celtics. We got to sit all of our guys the day before, the day after. We're sending them all into Boston to beat the Celtics. Nobody cares about the Boston Celtics. Nobody cares. Nobody watches, right? So when you're the Lakers, when you're the Dodgers, people care, right? They want to beat you. Every team that plays the Dodgers, this is that team's World Series. For teams that are not going to sniff a World Series, the Washington Nationals, the Chicago Cubs, the Detroit Tigers, none of these teams are sniffing a World Series. So to them, this is their World Series. So like I said, no one goes in to TD Garden thinking, oh, we have to, this is our NBA Finals. They go in there, they play the Celtics, they eat some chowder, and they get out of there. That's all it is. Nobody cares.
And that's what pissed off Michael Malone.
Mm-hmm.
They beat the Lakers, and they whooped their ass. They swept them, right? They win the championship 2 weeks later. And then the discussion in the world was, what happened to the Lakers? What happened to LeBron? What happened to Anthony Davis? And he was pissed. So pissed now that he doesn't have the job there anymore. It's too bad because I wanted to play them later, but I don't think that's going to happen either. I think Clippers are gonna beat them, but it's something that we're going to have to educate, Jeff. We're going to have to educate these guys. These guys are acting like olives are nuclear waste. Honest to God, Mark, this tastes like nuclear waste.
They are. Absolutely. Cannot agree with you more on that, Joe.
Calvin Booth again. Joe would look handsome in a green dress. The fuck is wrong with you, Calvin? You had a nice question before or comment, and now you pull this bullshit off? I don't wear dresses. Not even for Halloween. Kurt Fair, expert in Spanish fly and Spanish olives. Oh, really? What is Spanish fly, anyways? Is that like a drink?
I know it's a Black Rob record, but outside of that,
nobody knows. Gerald, what kind of ice cream are you eating?
Olive ice cream.
It was a chocolate and vanilla swirl from Jason's Deli.
Oh, you already wrote it down. Okay, good. Aaron have to say it's like Arnold Joe Maz.
Joe just caught up in the swirl.
Shit. Joe Soro fangirl. I love Joe Soro.
Hell of a lot better than black olives.
I can't. Hold the fuck
You
up.
don't think I know you got a beard, fool? You don't think I know this?
Like even Lucky woke up to that. Oh my god, it's a Joe.
Joe Soro is life. Joe Soro is like you. This motherfucker is somebody I know, man. Hold on. Search is like, welcome, Joe Soro fangirl. Thanks, Search. Thanks for adding to it. Same with Kurt Affair. Oh yeah, definitely. This person knows me. Look, they just said hi. That's my thing.
Oh,
I'll randomly text this to my people, my friends, my family.
it's a Joe Soro.
Bloody. Speaking of Joe Soro fangirls, hey Jeff.
Oh.
Hold on. Oh shit. No, it's about. Look, my colors for my ox. Hold on. There. You see it? It's blocking it right now. See that right there, guys? That's the colors.
Oh man.
Red Dodger gear, Jeff? Question mark?
Yeah. You know they don't sell. They don't sell a lot of it anymore. You know that, right?
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily.
There's a reason for it.
Yeah, where you're at. Yeah, of course.
But
Did Joe eat two more? Yes, I'm on number 10 now, guys. I'm 6 away.
I have Dodger hats in every color but green. And it's not because the Celtics. It's because on St. Patrick's Day I got drunk as fuck and lost it. So I can't find it anymore. It's on some fucking leprechaun at Casey's in downtown LA. But I got a Dodger hat. My hat collection is crazy. So my Dodger hat's like, so yeah.
Well, I got a green Dodger shirt for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah,
I won't get a green Lakers shirt though.
No, I won't do that. Yeah. But I'm not. Yeah, I'm joking aside. I switched up the color for the show because I know your color palette was red. So I try to stay on. I try to stick with the colors.
Oh God,
colors,
this is horrible.
Colors.
So Gerald is a Crip. Jeff is a Blood. I don't know what Joe is.
I can't. Oh, I fucking can't.
My God.
She said so. Gerald is a Crip.
Jeff is the Crip's accountant. He's not really a Crip. Y'all know how you eat the beef if you can't eat the olives. Joker. What does one have to do with the other? Seriously, you got to explain that one to me.
Gerald is a Crip line is goated.
I like sweet. Yes, they score off that much catch. Yeah.
Oh, that's Gerald did a.
Jeff can walk through any neighborhood in LA.
Not every, but a lot. Oh man, that's all I'm gonna see now.
Jeff, you eat olives, right?
I mean, I don't have them on hand, but
you can eat them, right?
I can eat black olives. Yeah. Again, I wouldn't just eat them by themselves like they were candy, but a Mexican pizza, I eat olives. I've had olives.
What the hell's a Mexican pizza?
Taco Bell. What?
Taco Bell.
You don't what? Jeff, you eat Taco Bell?
I'm saying who in the world hasn't? I haven't had Taco Bell in a while. I'm saying who hasn't had Taco Bell? This guy. This guy. I will not be judged by he who has male friends.
Oh no. Look, there's a line.
Who didn't grow up on Taco Bell?
No. Taco Bell is radioactive trash.
A lot of stuff is, but
that one is different. That meat is not real.
Okay.
Like really not real. Like bad.
Yes.
Don't eat Taco Bell. Just do me that favor.
I haven't had Taco Bell in a while. What I'm saying is,
do me a favor. Don't eat that shit.
I haven't had it. There's a lot of stuff I ate back in the day. I haven't had
Taco either. That's fucking sewage too.
What?
Del Taco.
Del Taco. You mentioned.
Mark, I'm struggling, dude. I'm on 12 now. I have 4 more to go.
You never liked Taco Bell?
Joe, fuck no. Taco Bell's fucking trash. Absolute trash. Bro, why are you being racist, Joe? Because it's fun.
It's fun.
That Mexican pizza from Taco Bell. That's not pizza, man. That's just not.
It's not pizza. I know it's not pizza, but what I'm
Joe
saying
is Vagos from GT.
Not all of us.
That's a good one.
Not all of us grew up on like cucumbers, hummus, and pita, Joe.
Hey, man, I'm not saying I didn't eat fast food. Shit, number 6 from Wendy's.
Wendy's,
yeah, number 6 from Wendy's.
Wendy's.
There's a backstory.
Patties, Joe.
There's a
What was it?
No,
Rallies?
it's real chicken. It's
Was
just
it Rallies?
processed.
It's real chicken. Yeah,
Yeah,
at
it
one
is.
point, at somewhere along the line, it might have been real chicken. What the?
My buddy worked there.
Commercial, real milk comes from real cows. What the-
When
His buddy worked there. There you
my
go.
buddy
Joe.
worked at Wendy's. Okay, these
was it
these-
Joshua a fangirl? Was it it
No,
that worked
no.
there? No.
No. That wasn't it. No. They worked one night. They went camping, like the crew, and they stole the spicy chicken bag. It was like a trash can. And we were there. I don't usually go camping, but they're like, "Hey, man, roll through. Hey, what's up? What's going on?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna roll through, but I'm not gonna stay."
Stole the spicy chicken. Bag.
So I get over there, and they have they have the bonfire, whatever the fuck it is. They're all set up for tents for the weekend and all that. And I'm kicking it, hanging out, having a beer. And then one of them pulls out this bag, and it's the spicy chicken. I didn't know it was spicy chicken. They start putting it on the grill or whatever the hell they had on the fire. I'm like, "What is that?" He's like, "It's a spicy chicken." I'm like, "What spicy chicken?" They're like, "From Wendy's." I goes, "You stupid fucks stole all that from the store?" I go, who does the inventory over there? They're like, "Jose does it." I'm like, "Okay, well, doesn't there a regional, like, it was like a 10-minute conversation of what the fuck are you guys thinking?" No one gave a fuck, man. They're like, "Oh, what? They're going to fire us from a fast food joint? We'll go fucking work at Taco Bell."
He said Wendy's. I think Joe just like pigtails is all that shit was.
I don't know about that. That's effed up. You can't wear whatever color.
I mean, you can. It's
no,
not
Mark.
it's not like it was back in the
When
day.
when you visit next time, we'll explain a little bit better.
I was joking earlier. I really just changed the color for what's up, Craig? I really just changed the color to fit Joe's show.
Oh man. All right, hold on. Let's see. Dodgers Empire. I can't believe we lost. I have no hope for us to go back.
No, you got someone named like Empire being like
Dodgers.
Come on, man.
DE. Come on. Listen, man. Got to relax. Wait it out a little bit. Wait it out. Jay, what Luca does to a motherfucker? What Luca does to a motherfucker? I don't know what the context of that discussion is.
Yeah.
Love him, Gerald. Probably my Italian side.
Oh, olives.
Olives.
Italians do like olives.
They're like olive oil. I love olive oil.
Anthony D was talking about Maxi Kleber. The Maxi Kleber
we talked about that
before he got hurt. Yeah, that guy was terrible. Did you see the numbers that he put up before he got hurt? That guy is not going to help you. But if he reverts somehow back to what he was 3 years ago, okay, then we're talking.
14.
14.
Man, I hope Anthony Edwards doesn't go nuclear on us. We got to be ready. This series isn't going to be a cakewalk. It's one of the little reasons why I didn't want to face Minnesota instead of Golden State was when you have a guy that has that kind of talent and hasn't gone elite mode yet. I just hope it's not this series. Oh my God, this is fucking bad, man. We let the Cubs beat us. We aren't going back to back, man. It's over. All right, now I know you're fucking with us. Luca
10%
really made you all
of the
eat.
season is done.
It wasn't Luca, man.
God.
I got harassed by my guys at Lakers ball. They all gang up. They're like, "Oh no, man, you didn't do this, you didn't do that." I'm like, "Dude, you really gonna make me go down the rabbit hole to go get the post?" They didn't give a fuck. So I said, "Fuck it, I'll just eat them."
I think I want a Mexican pizza now. I haven't had it in years.
I've lost all hope for us. All right, Dodger Empire. Really? Seriously? What is this? We're not the Padres, man. I've lost all hope for us going back to back. Cubs are beating us. It means we aren't winning again. It's over. Hey, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a history lesson. You remember the 2000 Lakers? That team won 67 games. They won 67 and 15. Shaq won the scoring title, the MVP, All-Star MVP, Finals MVP, first team All-NBA. Kobe would have made first team All-NBA that year had he played the full season, but he was second, and he was first team All-NBA on defense. They could have won 69 games if Phil had let them play, but he said, I don't give a shit about this record. We want to rest you up for the playoffs, right? That year, they had 3 separate double-digit winning streaks, 19, 16, and 11. There was one stint in the middle of the season where that dominant-ass team, one of the most dominant regular season teams I've ever seen, lost 6 of 8.
Towards the end.
I'm going to quote Gerald's favorite athlete, not just now, not before, not just football, not basketball, all sports, even backgammon,
BSing you at that point.
cycling, I mean everything. RELAX. Relax. Sincerely, A.A. Ron Rogers with a D.
News to me, but okay.
Can you? All right. So he said, all right. So he's wrong with us. Good job. You can't have the word empire on a show with Empire Jeff and be all like in your feelings after 2 weeks.
10% of the season is done.
It's not even halfway through April. It's April 13th. We're not even halfway through April.
They're not even through their full second homestand.
Set it straight, Aaron. Set it straight. That's exactly what I thought halfway through the game. Put Tommy at 9. I suggested that. I just don't know. I think Roberts is waiting it out. Kind of like how Phil used to wait. He wouldn't call the timeouts every time. After Will Smith, it's nonstop outs. Absolutely.
He's waiting for the shoe to drop.
Yeah. LOL, Gerald's loving life. A couple olives means he can munch on ice cream all night. We need to make trades and get a new. Yeah,
baseball doesn't have a coach. First of all,
are all over the place. ER. Joe was born in Poland. I don't know what that means.
Joe, you're Polish?
No, man. Do I look Polish to you? We have a great team. It's just not clicking yet. I agree, Serge. Thank you very much for that. We have a great team. We just need to Zach. When you were talking about home playoff games, that's why I made that comment on the one you're showing right now. I don't know what you're talking about, Zach. I'm sorry, I missed it. Nope. Serge, our coach is horrible. We need trades. The Cubs dominated us. How many more trades can the Dodgers make? And how many more signings can they make before you start to figure out that there's only 26 spots in a game, right?
Joe, how many total times have we played the Cubs this year?
I believe they played them 5 times.
Mm-hmm. How many times did they beat us?
Twice.
How many times did we beat them?
3.
So if that was a 5-game series, Joe, for the people who need coloring books.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. That's why you're here, to balance things out with your calmness and your redness. Everybody played the wild card round in 2020. That was an odd run, wasn't it? Like, why did they have a 3-game? Like, that could have been disastrous. Never understood that.
They were just trying to.
Great 2 games, though. I enjoyed them against Milwaukee. Can we talk about Danny? He was acting very weird on Gerald's channel. Oh, my God, dude.
Who's Danny?
Guys, what did I tell you before? I said we knew he'd be back, and it's an attention thing. He's seeking attention. And
seriously, who's Danny?
He's a guy that's on playback. He had a habit of showing his stomach because he wanted to show his jerseys every 5 minutes.
He's a special needs guy, though.
I don't think he's special needs all the way, Gerald.
Well, okay, all the way. I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't know there's a special needs.
He turns in.
Special need, not special needs. The S is gone?
No, I think special need is what really it is. I noticed that when he gets pissed off, there is no special needs there. It's all of a sudden it's RPM not at 9 needs.
So you think he's pretending to have special needs? This is what you're saying?
No, I'm saying when he gets irritated and pissed off, he turns into a normal guy.
Oh, gotcha.
It's not something want to talk about it. I'm sorry, Jay. I just don't want to talk about it. We aren't going back to back. We aren't hungry. So Dodgers Empire. Let me ask you a question.
Mm.
How many times are you going to write this tonight? As many times as I'm going to eat olives? 16 times? Either way, I have 2 more left. I'm going to wait till the end. I feel you, but season's so young. Yes, it is. Young like me. It's all good. Let me see. It's all good, Jay. Between myself and Gerald, we might have gotten 100 emails about it. I don't know what are they talking
About
about?
olives?
Oh, Danny. Yeah, that's it. That's it. God help you guys. I'm glad he doesn't have my email. Thanks all. Good night. Wish I could stay up and antagonize a bit, but it's my bedtime. Good night. Thanks, Joker. Have a good night, brother. Oh shit, Jamal Murray's here. Lakers fans, the reason I hit to
These are great. I love the parody account. Let me read this. Laker
go ahead,
fans.
read it.
The reason I hit 2 buzzer beaters on you is because I used to attend Kobe school. True story. Look it up. I hit a buzzer beater on AD, Kobe style, mid-range, pull up on Reeves. I am him.
I need that horn, man. I gotta
Oh,
get
man.
that. I gotta get that message board thing. There you go. Thank you.
You tap those fucking links I sent you, you'd have it.
No, I'll have it. I'm still getting my shit together. I can't even clean out so you guys are here normal. Oh man, that's funny. 90s stuff. LA was still orange. Yeah, it was orange, not
Man.
red, not black, not brown. Orange.
Remember that movie? What was that movie where Michael Douglas went on Joe Soro in the city of LA?
Oh,
Black Rain.
No.
no.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know which one you're talking about.
Like, he had a
Sean was
bad
just talking
day.
about the other day.
Oh,
day.
run,
Falling down, falling
Falling
down.
Falling down. Now, just remember, like, all the scenes in that movie, like, you could just see the smog in LA, like, and because he was outside in the day a lot in that movie. That majority of that movie was shot outside, right? And it was just like, man, just a great movie. I haven't seen that in a while. I need to rewatch that. He has some great lines in that movie. Remember when he went to order food somewhere, right?
But I don't want lunch. I want breakfast.
Yeah. He went somewhere to order breakfast. It's a great movie. I got to rewatch. The lines aren't popping into my head. That's how I know it's been a while since I've seen it.
He's that movie translates very well. I saw it about a year ago. I have it on my catalogs on my hard drive and my server. It still translates. Matter of fact, it translates probably. What that movie did was anytime somebody thinks things are going on only now, I usually tell them, I want you to go back and look at 1993 and look for a movie called Falling Down and watch that movie and tell me that doesn't sound exactly like what's going on right now.
Yeah, it's a great movie. You know, movie I saw the other day, Smog. Until you said that, it didn't pop in my head. Speed.
Oh,
Part 1, obviously. Part 2 was just horrific,
dude.
but Speed 1, I saw that in the theater. I saw that movie, but yeah, I saw that. So like, there's a lot. When you said that, you're right. Like, they filmed Terminator 2 all like around, like
In the river.
like in the valley, right over here. So
Yeah,
like,
but they filmed the famous truck scene in the river.
yeah,
Like,
LA River. So right there,
tons
off
of movies been filmed.
Granada
there,
Hills. So
yeah.
for the Back to the Future buffers, for the Back to the Future fans, Back to the Future was pretty much filmed in 2 locations: Universal Studios and my neighborhood, like Arleta, California. The parents' house is here, Biff's house is here, like Doc Brown's house is not. I believe that's Pasadena. But outside of that, like, I remember coming out here as a kid and getting on my cousin's roof at the corner. So, you know, when he comes into Hill Valley and he turns onto the street and it has those 2 signs.
Yeah.
And so that wasn't his actual block. Like, but the corner was my cousin's house on the right. So my cousin, we would sit on the top of that roof, on the roof, and watch them filming. After Michael J. the whole crew, they were really, really cool. They set up trailers all throughout his block, is where they put the trailers, because they only filmed the corner. But their family house was actually 2 blocks down. So like, he turned onto that street, but that's not where the house was on that street. So Back to the Future, they had so many DeLoreans like lined up. You know, it was crazy. It was a crazy time.
One of my favorite of all time movies. I think I've seen the trilogy at least 50 times from beginning to end. I have a super box. I have 5 of them. One at my shop, 4 of them in 4 of my rooms that have TVs here in the house. And they have a 24/7 Back to the Future channel. And whenever I'm working and I'm bored and I just need some background noise, I'll put that on there, and I'll end up for 2, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours that I'm working. I'll like just kind of pop my head up and whatever, and watch all those movies. I mean, as good of a trilogy as you'll ever have. The first one is obviously a classic. I believe it was the perfect movie. I
Part
really,
two was
really
so
like,
good, too.
really like the second one. A lot of people thought it wasn't as good, which there's some truth to that, but I still loved it because I thought Biff Tannen was on fire. Kind of reminded me of the second American Pie, where Stifler really like laid it out right,
That's serious.
right?
American Pie
Like
is crazy.
like the second one was the Stifler movie, and
Yeah.
that was why I liked the second one so much.
Because
Whereas
they didn't expect him to blow up off the
Yeah.
first one like he did, right? So
Yeah.
it was kind of like the Urkel effect. They didn't know what he was going to be, right?
Right.
So the Stifler. So let me ask you guys a question, because it's Gerald, and all that he does with his other shows, right? It's very, very rare, very, very rare when the sequel is better than the original.
Very,
Very rare.
very.
Can you guys name 3? I'm curious to see what you guys think. 3. I think some are blatantly obvious, but 3, even if it's one of those. So 3.
I'll start with 3. Go ahead, Joe. I know 3 off the top of my head. So
are we talking about there's a consensus out there that there's no argument that the second one is better?
For you, that you felt part 2 was better than part 1, or could
There's
be part 3.
no
a
doubt.
sequel.
Because it's hard to say Godfather 1 and the second one is better than 1. I don't agree with that. I think they're the same. However, there are bona fide ones where you'd have to come with some real shit to convince me otherwise. Aliens. Aliens is better than Alien. And I don't think there's any competition. James Cameron's Aliens, the second one, versus Ridley Scott's Alien is by far a better film. The second one, even though I like T1 better, for me, T2 is a classic.
Fine. I was going to use T2.
Yeah, T2 is that film was also one of the more like perfect action movies that you can watch. The third one, oh man, that one was the one I was trying to think about when you brought it up. I would say Lord of the Rings: Two Towers was better than The Fellowship.
I'm in with him on that one.
I've never seen that.
I was in the theater that day. I'm not a big sorcery guy. I don't really like, it doesn't connect with me as much. A great movie is a great movie though, right? Just like a concert. I saw Snoop in concert was great. It sounds exactly the same as he does live as he does in his music, which is amazing. The one that I was surprised with was Sean, the reggae guy.
Sean Paul.
Just
give me the line.
I was fairly impressed at how good he was in concert. I was backstage. My buddy had tickets and whatever, right? I was very surprised at how good he was live, right? So I'm watching. They're going up the hill. They're going up the mountain. Whatever. I remember turning to my buddy. I'm like, "What the fuck was this?" That was one of the greatest movies I've ever seen in my life, and I didn't even like 90% of the shit that's in it. But you recognized it, man. It's like, goddamn, the story, the action, the acting. Like, damn, this is a fucking movie. And in my view, I've watched all 3. Because you have arguments on, is Godfather 3 ass, and is this and that, or obviously T3. A lot of people don't like T3, even though I do. Lord of the Rings I would say, is probably the greatest trilogy that's ever been made. Like 1, 2, and 3, they're all like dynamite. So Two Towers, I just can't get away with the fact that was better than the first one. And the first one was amazing, by the way, too.
Okay, so I definitely had T2. I haven't seen Lord of the Rings. I definitely had T2. To me, there's kind of I thought like Lethal Weapon 2 was incredible. Part 1 was great, but Lethal Weapon 2 might have been in it for me. But
that's a good one too. That's a good one. That's a good one.
American Pie. I think you're right. I like that. That one is kind of slept on. Like you had, you know what's one I liked a lot? Sequel. I like the Karate Kid Part 1 was great, but Karate Kid Part 2 was great. I thought as well. And then the Dark Knight, I felt was definitely better.
That's the other one. That's another one you guys took from me. Yep.
I had a lot of my friends that thought that The Dark Knight was a little too long, and they like Batman Begins.
Just watched it last night again.
I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those people. I actually enjoyed it.
Ledger was just so.
Dark Knight Returns is the one that overstays its welcome a little bit.
And for the I have a lot of nieces and nephews, so Shrek 2 to me is still incredible.
that is the best one. You're right.
And probably my favorite sequel of all time, Home Alone 2. You
like Home Alone 2 better than 1?
I just, because New York, I just love Home. Again, it's just to me. So it's like, to me, they're all Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2 are both incredible. But I just felt the New York scene, just them being it was just epic. Home Alone 2 was Cedric and the whole, like, the dude who plays the It Clown is the dude at the front desk. That just I can't get it. It's just so good. But
Tim Curry.
Yeah. There's a lot. There's more than people think, right? There's more. It's rare, but it's not as rare. It's like there's only like a handful, right? There's some, but it's not common for sure.
When he yells Cliff and the maintenance guy's name is Cliff, he's like, no.
Listen, with the buggy leg, Cliff. Like, no, I swear.
Was it Cliff with the wooden leg?
With the gimpy leg.
Gimpy leg.
I believe you, but my tongue. Yeah, it's just classic, man. It's just
Celtics in 5. Joe Soro needs to do the Sprite banana challenge. What the hell is the Sprite banana challenge?
Okay, first of all, hold on a second. Now they're stealing the slogans. Like Lakers in 5, that's only a channel. Shout out to DJ. But Lakers over. All those other teams took that from the Lakers.
Hold on, I got a better one. Hold on. Mark, a good win for Rory. Got the monkey off his back like Sergio Garcia. He completed the Grand Slam. And man, I hadn't seen anybody cry like that after a title win since Michael Jordan in '96.
Oh, Rory won?
Yeah,
I didn't.
He almost blew it. He missed the putt. He missed his putt. His game-winning.
Almost putted up.
Winning putt at 18, and then they had sudden death on the next one. And man, he had two freaking unbelievable. What was the guy who was playing? Was it Jason Scott? Something Scott. I can't. I think it was Jason Scott. That guy hit a freaking bomb on a drive, and then Rory hit a bomb further than him, and then he hit a perfect second shot. It was a par 4, 465. Hit it. I mean, like, what was it? 12 feet away, and then Rory got it like 5 feet away on his second shot. Just straight up, like he was like, "Man, I ain't losing this thing." Boom, boom, boom. He missed. Scott missed his putt, hit a par, and then Rory hit the birdie and won the tournament.
So I'll get you my 3 right here, real quick, and I'll
go ahead
from there. Empire Strikes Back.
That was one.
Saw that at 11 years old. First showing of the day. Went there. Like my ex brother-in-law grabbed me at 3 o'clock in the morning, getting in line. Yeah, was it clear? No, 5 o'clock in the morning, getting in line. Waited for like 4 or 5 hours. Got to see it. First showing, first day. 11-year-old kid. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I had barely seen on CBS Star Wars just about a year before, and I still didn't have any clue. Matt, did I have a clue when I left? Hearing those people crying and screaming, no, when they got the bad news that Darth Vader is his father. Yeah, that was yeah, absolutely. Just being in that theater was just a momentous occasion, and seeing the line stretched over a mile long at my theaters, just absolutely. See, people waiting all day to go see this film was just absolutely tremendous. Last 2 I'll go over. Captain America: Winter Soldier is much better than the original, even though I like the first Captain America. And Star Trek 2: The Wrath of Khan. That's not even fair, because Star Trek is absolutely terrible of a movie. It is talk about a movie that overstates its welcome and overstates its welcome at the opening credits. The original Star Trek movie, and then Star Trek 2 with Ricardo Montalban hamming it up the entire way. It's just absolutely great. Him and William Shatner just going back and forth, mano mano each other. Yeah, it makes for a good movie. So yeah, there's my 3. Because you guys stole T2 from me. You stole the 2 Towers from me. So yeah, there you go.
Empire Strike Back was on my list, but there were ones I felt were going to be the obvious ones, which was Empire Strike Back. I felt Godfather 2. I know Joe says that, but I know a lot of people say that Godfather 2. I agree with Joe. If I watching both, it's to me, I love them both. They're both incredible. But a lot of people seem to think that the consensus is Godfather 2 is better than Godfather 1, right? So those 2, Empire Strikes Back and Godfather 2, were the 2 like ones that I felt were on a lot of people's lists who have seen them all. But there's some that just like I said, there are more out there than I initially thought. I was like, man, there's just a sequel never. And I started making a list like, man, I got to like 15. I was like, oh man, it's a pretty good number.
I miss those things, man. I don't know when they're going to be able to start making movies well again. The dynamics of lifestyle have changed so much. Those idiots in that town have destroyed things so much. They don't even film there hardly anymore.
Yeah, not even that. You know what I really miss? Really miss is soundtracks. That's what I really miss. Like, I miss great films, great movies, and there's still some great actors. There's that, but soundtracks could get people who didn't even care about the movie into the movie.
I'm really looking forward to Tron Ares because 9 Inch Nails, Trent Reznor is doing
Man
the
of Steel.
soundtrack.
Man of Steel wasn't a great movie. I thought the beginning was probably the best part of the movie. But Hans Zimmer's score, that was probably one of the
best.
Probably one of the greatest scores I've ever seen.
Curtis Pharisee, you're right. Sunset Park soundtrack is fire. So like I went to like an 80s themed party last night, and it's like they're playing like their playlist, and it's like, there's a DJ and they're counting down like what this song is. So many of them are from soundtracks. Number 1 in this year, number 10 in this year, number 8, like from this movie, from this movie, from this movie. Soundtracks just
him and Williams, John Williams, are probably 2 best orchestral scores of all time. Are you done yet with those? God,
16.
Stop prolonging your pain, man. Just do it like I did. Just boom, boom.
How did the number get to 16?
I picked it because we need 16 to win a championship. Oh my God.
Using olives with the In-N-Out cup. Is that a shake or a pink lemonade?
No, it was from yesterday. It was a soda cup when I had the number 1.
You're drinking a soda from yesterday?
I can't eat a hamburger without soda.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, are you drinking a soda that came out of a fountain yesterday?
Yeah.
From the fridge, or was it just like sitting on the desk?
Fridge.
Okay. Fridge. It came from my fridge.
You making fun of me?
I go to the kitchen. I open the door. It was in my fridge.
I look around. Isn't that ASMR shit that people do? What the fuck is that? Isn't it? People do some weird ass shit, man.
Oh, man.
I saw that like a few years ago. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? I'm in the bedroom.
Did you ever hear that comedian? What was his name? And he made fun of the movie voice guy.
Pablo
Francisco. Pablo Francisco.
In a world
where
God. One man, one desire, and Kermit the Frog as a pimp. Where's my money? Where is it? Oh man, my cousin played that for me.
Man.
My cousin played that, and I've been imitating that line since.
Where's
my money?
Where is it? My wife, I use that liner all the time when you hear like the shoes on the walkie. I gotta break that. I gotta listen to that again. Pablo Francisco is comedy, man.
Was it I remember that he passed away years ago, but was it Dave LaFontaine? I remember his last name was LaFontaine, and he looked like he had this like distinctive look. He's like, and you will go to the other side. Like he had that role. And now the world will be round. Like he had that whole thing.
You couldn't see a movie, the previews, without hearing.
It was really good in the late 80s, early 90s. It was all his stuff. Like Steven Seagal in Out for Justice.
And then when you're watching the previews, or not even just the previews, but previews on the DVDs when they first started coming out, the VHS, right? Would it be a preview for the next movie like that was coming out? You know, it's another movie I forgot off the list. Rush Hour 2. Rush Hour 2 was great.
Dude, Rush Hour. That scene, I just watched that scene when he's in the bar and the guy's singing the Michael Jackson song. He's like, "God damn, man. We're winning a classic." Boo! When he went, boo!
The movie is so great, man. I still like that scene with him and Don Cheadle.
I ain't no bitch ass. I ain't no bitch. Where ain't your bitch ass? But you got some chicken wings and oh man, that was just that movie, man. That guy.
We call it dude.
Chris Tucker is something else, man.
You so sweet and sour pork. He told the dude with the blonde hair.
What the hell did you just say?
The hell did you just? No, but you know what? I do this all the time with my brother. Like whenever he's drunk, like he's always like acting like he's like someone just hit him or something. That line where he's like, "Which one of you motherfuckers kicked me?" Like,
yeah, he's like the one. He's like, "Which one of y'all kicked me?" The one that used to have the one that had my mom in stitches, God rest her soul, was when they were fighting and he accidentally hit him and he's like, "Oh, y'all look alike." Man, it's not just the line, it's not just Chris Tucker, it's the pace, it's the freaking editing in that shit, man. They have that stuff on point.
Yeah,
that stuff is gone, man. What
like
happened?
Dancing like while they're fighting. Nah, but which one of you motherfuckers kicked me? That shit
which one of y'all?
What does he say? Because you want
which one of you all kicked me? That's what he said.
Like, oh man, when he gets kicked, that's probably my favorite line from the. Did they do a part 3?
Yes, they did. They're
wasn't
talking about doing a part 4.
Okay, 4 would probably be better than 3, but from what I remember, 3 wasn't that good, right? Because I can't remember like anything from it off the top of my head. But
hey Joe, if you was the LAGM, would you start your program with would you draft Puig or Ohtani? It was a debate to me, and the guys was having in the sports bar. Well, here let me try to recollect. At that time, I didn't know much about Puig, other than he was built like a brick shithouse. Ohtani, I did hear a little bit about him being kind of that guy that's not in America, much like Luka, like 3 years early before he came to the States. You heard noise. This Ohtani, Shohei Ohtani, Luka. That's all I heard. So I wasn't invested. I wasn't invested in the international game enough to I wasn't like Stone Hansen where he was watching, the CBA or whatever out in Europe. And I definitely wasn't watching the Japanese leagues. So I couldn't say back in 2016, 2015 that I could make an assessment that would make sense. If I teleport myself back then and said which one looks like a guy that could be a beast, you'd look at Puig and go, this guy looks like he's on juice already, but he's not. Shit. Okay. Ohtani, he can pitch? Really?
That part.
So I think in the end I'd be like, yeah, let me see what and this is still before the Tommy Johns were happening, but this is still kind of before Tommy John really took its toll on MLB. So I could look at it back and go, man, it's a two-way player. I would have automatically said, man, if we can get a Dion or a Bo Jackson in the majors, I think that'd be kind of cool to watch.
They were calling him already the next Babe Ruth already, so it's like you already knew that it was.
Yeah.
And every team wanted him. Every team wanted him.
No, Celtics at 5. I'm not an Angel fan. I do like their food there better than I do at Dodger Stadium, though. Fakers, Joe. Fakers, Pacers, Chasers, Padres at 5.
How'd that work out for you last year in Game 5?
Let's talk about that, Jeff.
Yeah, go rub Yu Darvish's knee.
Do you remember? I remember Will Smith hitting a home run. I remember Mookie hitting home run. I remember Yamamoto dominating in San Diego. I remember 8-0. I remember that was at that point, what was it? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They were at they were at 16 innings of scoreless baseball for the San Diego Padres. And then they flew back to LA and they win another 9. Ouch. A shitty way to die, man. I mean, the Dodgers were just putting up donuts on everybody for like, what, 2 weeks?
Yep.
Sorry, I don't see Padres in 5, dude. Like, the Dodgers are going to get right. Just hold on to your
wrong. They're not.
Hold on to your ass. You'll see. I knew somebody would lose. It is as soon as we got to that blood and crip comment.
Dude, when he called Gerald, he said, "So Gerald is a crip." I just,
I don't do green at all. F Boston, LA for life. I agree, Chris. It's good that you. I agree with that. So Celtics in 5 says Celtics in 5.
Yeah, I've got too much Irish in my blood. I can't completely get the green.
I was talking to Aaron about the green burrito. They used to have a burrito.
Carl's Jr. green burrito?
Yeah, they used to have that.
Oh, yes.
Like, green burrito. Green burrito.
It's like the they have one up the street from me still. We still have one.
They still have one?
Still have
that's
one.
how you know you live in the hizode.
They still have one.
They're only in the hood. I only see those in the hood.
Because they were separate. And then Carl's Jr. bought them out, correct?
Yeah. Green burrito used to have
here all the ones in Vegas.
Like, do you remember? God, I was barely.
Oh, this motherfucker!
I
know who the Celtics in 5 is now.
He
knows I can't stand Jack in the Box. I've told that story. Your family, huh? You're one of my little fuck cousins, aren't you? You bitch. You know I hate Jack in the Box too. I hate
Jack in the Box too.
Yeah, I'll tell you a story. So, 2008.
For everybody.
I remember it was 2008. I went for a job interview. And I hadn't eaten that day. I finished the job interview. There was a Jack in the Box right next to the place I was at. I went and got 2 Jumbo Jacks. I take a bite, and I'm like, the fuck? And I'm like, the lettuce was slimy. It tasted. I thought it was cabbage. So I think what happened was they cooked it. They heated it with the lettuce in it, and it had that. It felt like there was like some kind of oil on it. I took a bite out of it. It slid off. The lettuce slid off my mouth. I was like, fuck, what the fuck? And then I opened up the other one and had the same problem. And I said, fuck this. And I threw it out. And I said, I'm never fucking eating that again. Fuck you, Jack in the Box. I was hungry that day too. Joe, you need to eat 50 olives, 1 for every Lakers win. No, Kurt, I will not eat olives from here on out.
Jack in the Box has got a lot of good stuff, man.
Joe ate Wendy's. Yes.
Late night?
That's always number 6. I don't eat anything other than number 6.
So real quick, Gerald, do you remember? Because I vaguely remember the name because I know it was a breakfast real spot. Do you remember Noggles?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So that one, like, I must have been like, shit, 5 or younger. Like when they kind of, but then I think what Del Taco bought them.
Yes.
And they because the only reason I know the name really is because they have like still the original one. Like there's still a couple. Like they still have like a Pioneer chicken out here.
I love Pioneer chicken. Love the gizzards in the basket, fried chicken. Yeah. And because there's still 2 or 3 left. Because when I lived in SoCal, that's all.
Pioneer chicken was my favorite. Like chicken. I mean, that just more than just chicken. You know, they got a lot of stuff.
Jack in the Box needs to bring back Frings. I don't know if you guys may be just a little bit out of your range, but Frings was just so great in the 80s.
What was it?
Late 80s. It's just onion rings and French fries together. So if you couldn't make up your mind, but it had the packaging Frings all in one. I know that Carl's Jr. is trying to do the same thing with their 3, pick a 3 out of their whatever sides they have, and you could put them all together. But
okay, Frings. So you know who has that though? The Habit has that.
Oh, they do. Okay,
they do.
We have some Habits here in town. I've only been there like once.
The Habit you can get the order of onion rings and fries.
Oh, nice.
In the
The
same
habit, the habit
Frings.
actually, the
Frings.
habit actually has probably a better hamburger than In-N-Out.
You know,
for a
my
fast-
damn it,
Pioneer
my
chicken is good. Pioneer chicken is
Pioneer
good.
chicken is
Bloodhound.
amazing. But my brother-in-law, whenever my sister and my brother-in-law come into town, he insists on going to the Habit instead of In-N-Out. He loved that. He says the Santa Barbara
Really?
char to him is better.
It is.
It's very good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. They're just different though. They're different. Like it's different. Like it's just different. Like, okay, let me ask you this. I feel like we've talked no sports in this show.
This is what the show is,
okay,
Jeff.
gotcha,
This is the
gotcha.
experiment.
No, that's good. The brain, like, did I give the brain a break from it? What I'm saying is this: think In-N-Out and think Five Guys. The only thing that makes them similar is that they both make burgers. They are nowhere near the same. Like Five Guys tastes like a burger you made in your kitchen. Like it tastes like a homemade burger. It's good. It's gonna cost you $40 to eat by yourself. but In-N-Out is just a different, like In-N-Out is still considered fast food. Habit isn't. That's what do they call that now? Casual dining. Like it's a step up a little bit. Right?
I've been having In-N-Outs over years so much. I was like, it was okay. It became okay. But then I heard an interview with Dominic Mysterio of the WWE, and he said, "You guys got to try it, mustard grilled with pickles." And I was like,
well, that's the animal style. Yeah. So
well, no, mustard grilled. So it's actually the mustard they put on it. And then
mustard grilled is animal style.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, it's so good. So
lettuce.
It saved In-N-Out for me.
Lettuce. I eat it with lettuce now. It tastes better.
You get the lettuce wrap, the protein style.
It's a pain in the ass. Sometimes I'll come home. If I'm eating at home, I'll get a couple of icebergs more, and I'll put it on there so it doesn't spill.
So that's when you're like, you have like an In-N-Out by your gynecologist. Is that like that's where you go?
Oh,
that's what it is. What are you on your period?
So you think
I'm a
bitch eating
what is that from?
lettuce burger? I'm eating it because it tastes better than the bread.
Period. Are you on your period?
That's how it is. I have to eat bread. I have to eat bread now to have balls.
What's that from?
What was that?
What's that from?
I know what it's from, but I want to hear you say it.
What the movie from?
It's. I think it's from. Isn't it from Knocked Up?
No, the cranberry juice.
That's the cranberry juice. That's from The Departed.
Yeah, that's my whole take on the thing. You can eat whatever you want. I was just waiting. What are you on your period?
The natural diuretic.
Natural diuretic.
On your period.
Now there's some guys you can hit. There's some guys you can't hit. I'm telling you, that's a guy you can't hit. No. I've had it, but
you should have said that, Jeff. Are you on your period?
What you on your period? That's what I meant. I don't know where gynecologist came from.
Gynecologist.
It's just different in its own like realm. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of different when it comes to the fast. To me, it's the best fast food burger there is. Like other than the Hood Burger spots. Hood Burgers to me, that's the yellow paper, the fries in the bag with the grease, right? The char burgers. Give me a classic char, the Hood Burger any day of the week over anything. With the oh my gosh, now I'm gonna have to go up the block. I'm gonna have to go get a Mexican pizza, a Hood Burger, and
don't go to Taco Bell, please. Don't go to Del Taco or Taco Bell.
I don't ever go to Del Taco, but Taco Bell.
And then don't buy the Jumbo Jack at Jack in the Crack.
I'm gonna ask for Jack. I'm gonna go to Jack in the Box. I'm gonna order 2 Jumbo Jacks and specifically request the slime lettuce. There, and courtesy of Joseph.
So Chris, the number 6 is the spicy chicken, and the fries, and then what I'll do is I'll get the Coke, but I'll add a small little Frosties. I call it Frosties in effect.
Are you doing the fried dip and the Frosty? Do you do that?
No, I don't do that shit. That's the cranberry juice shit right there.
Yeah,
I don't do that shit. I use a spoon like a dude. But the reason why I eat lettuce hamburgers is because it tastes better, not because I'm watching my diet. If I'm going to eat fast food, I'm not going to watch my diet.
Wait, you think it tastes better than the bread?
Fuck yeah.
Better than the well done
soaks
buns?
up all the juice.
No. So,
dude, I got culinary people all over my whole life.
Taking crazy pills. Okay, you haven't put the lettuce on the bottom of the bun. First of all, you haven't put.
I did the one with the tomato too, but the problem is
no. So you get a double. You haven't put up. Okay, look.
Yeah.
When you put the lettuce on the bottom and then you put the condiments on top of the lettuce, it doesn't touch the bread.
What are you talking about?
Joseph,
just replace the bread with lettuce.
Replace the bread.
And then they have the lettuce in between there with the tomato and whatever, just like normal. Just you're just replacing the bread. And then you have to have the fries. You have to have the fries in the first 5 minutes, maybe even less.
Yeah, that's the thing about In-N-Out. You gotta have the,
In-N-Out. They cut it with fresh potatoes. By the way, a lot of people here, especially out in Australia, don't know what the fuck we're talking about. That's why I got to explain it. You got to eat In-N-Out fries in the first really 3 minutes.
Yes.
So I'll eat those first.
Same thing with
I'll
McDonald's.
eat the fries first.
Yeah, a lot of fries, though. A lot of places.
And then eat the hamburger.
Anything that's got like the thinner fries, you got to eat them rather. The steak fries stay hotter a little longer. But a lot of people have been kind of bashing In-N-Out fries of late. Like a lot of people don't like them. That's kind of the thing, is the bashing In-N-Out fries. They're not my favorite, but they're good. Like I don't say like, oh, their fries are trash. But In-N-Out though, I get why. Like I said, the Habit is great. Have you had Habit's other restaurant? So Habit has their, and then they have like quote unquote the sister place that's like the next level up. The Hook Burger. Have you had that?
No.
So
I don't
Didn't
think
know
we
they
have
had
it
a
here
sister
in Vegas.
property.
Yeah, so Hook Burger also is the same company that has the Habit. It's kind of like another level up. So kind of like how you have like, so Shake Shack, the Stand, Doghouse. Like, have you had any of those?
I've had Shake Shack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like another like step up. So when you get into art, have you ever had the counter? Counter's fire.
Yeah, I've had the counter.
Counter's good, right? So like there's like levels, there's different stages to it, right? In-N-Out being at the drive-through fast food level of it, to me, is outside of a Hood Burger, is the best drive-through burger. Some Habits have drive-throughs, but still that's kind of casual dining more than fast food. So to me, In-N-Out's the best fast food drive-through burger you can get. And there's a lot of really good casual dining burgers. Like you can rope into that.
How is it over there in your place? Like, are they sustainable? Like the businesses are doing well?
By me?
Yeah.
Well, it depends what it is. Like we can't keep a chicken place to save our life. We can't keep a KFC. We can't keep a Popeyes. We couldn't keep a Pioneer. We couldn't keep a Church's. We can't keep chicken around us. Chicken don't survive here.
Why?
But I mean, I'm just gonna say that that just chicken places don't survive here. Now, when we get like, I've got Panorama City, which is adjacent to us,
Raising
which is
Cane's too.
There's no Raising Cane's by us. Not in my neighborhood. There won't be no Raising Cane's.
Raising Cane's. Oh, you're missing out.
Mm-mm.
Missing out.
You like Cane's? Oh, you like the sauce?
Yeah, Cane's
My
is
kids
good.
love Cane's. My God.
You like the chicken?
Who doesn't like the sauce?
I'm about to say, can you eat Cane's
Chicken's
chicken
okay,
without
but
the
the
sauce?
sauce
Like
makes-
this
the
is,
sauce
yeah, I
makes
can
it.
do it.
and you think it's
Yeah,
good?
the sauce makes it, of course.
The sauce makes it. So let me ask you,
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A.
yeah.
Chick-fil-A, it's average, but I feel like Chick-fil-A with the sauce is what kind of.
But yeah,
You know,
because you've got 100
You know what the
different
greatest
choices
sauce
of
is, Jeff?
sauce.
The greatest sauce is this spicy mustard from McDonald's.
Joe,
Mm.
did we just
Yeah, there
become
you go.
best friends?
Jeff,
I
Jeff,
wish
hey,
my
I
wife-
got a better. Finish what you're saying, and I got something that's gonna knock your socks off. Go ahead.
Holy shit! You know what? Whenever I ask for that, especially in my neighborhood, people look at me like I'm crazy because
It's
everyone
good.
around here is either sweet and sour or barbecue, right? So my wife
No.
cannot grasp the fact that hot mustard. See, now the New York is coming. My wife cannot grasp the
Oh
fact.
no! Go do it.
Yeah. No, my wife cannot grasp the fact that hot mustard is not honey mustard. So she'll bring me honey mustard every time I ask for
Oh.
hot mustard, and I don't mind honey mustard, but if it's on chicken strips or a salad. But when you go to McDonald's, and I barely eat McDonald's, but I don't care what I'm getting from McDonald's. If you're getting fries, you're getting anything, hot mustard. As much as they'll give it to me because they don't have a lot by me. I'm just gonna put it in the fridge. McDonald's hot mustard to me is the best fast food sauce there is.
Okay, listen. So I haven't eaten a Big Mac since the 90s, right? I eat the nuggets every now and then because of that.
Yeah, because of the mustard.
However, I got so tired of having to wait specific times when my kids might want McDonald's or my wife might get it. And then I ask my wife, hey, can you please ask for more, whatever? They're like, oh, I have to pay for them. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Just get it. So finally, I'm like, man, there's got to be something out there that, how the fuck do they not sell this shit? This is like the greatest condiment. I eat my fries with
me
it.
too. Me
I don't
too.
even eat ketchup when I'm eating
No, I eat the fries.
fries.
I dip my burger in it, like whenever I have it. But
My own chicken. I make my own chicken at home, right? Or if I do a rotisserie, right? I'll dip it in there. I'm like, oh my god, this is
that's
so
my
much fucking
favorite.
better.
It's funny. I'm telling you, my wife will
I'm
be
gonna
like,
be right
nobody
back.
likes that. Nobody
You're,
likes
you're,
that.
you're gonna go nuts after this. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
So I tell you, my wife will like go to McDonald's and I tell her, look, babe, just get whatever mustard they have, honey, regular, just get every mustard because you never get it right.
Yeah.
You bring home every one but the one I want. So
Exactly.
get the hot mustard, get the hot mustard, honey mustard, regular mustard, get it all. DJ mustard, I don't care, get it all. Bring it home.
Spicy one that kills, man.
God,
That's
that is
awesome one.
But I feel like if you didn't grow up on it, you don't appreciate it. I feel like later on, like it wasn't something that a lot of people like the next era didn't have it. They just didn't have it. It was barbecue, sweet and sour,
The Szechuan sauce.
buffalo sauce. Yeah. But the hot mustard is my favorite. I can't eat two things. I can't eat it. Yeah, I'm about to say they have one at Walmart that they said. What is that?
This right here. This right here.
It's backwards, so I can't even. Because the
You're on
camera,
reverse.
you know, because the camera flips it. So what is it? What is it called?
Hold on.
Pisardsky?
Hold on. Do I have to reverse? Oh no. Okay. It's
No. Every camera
Pilsudski.
reverses.
Pilsudski. Pilsudski. This right here. I did research, and some guy I found it, and I saw the reviews that said this is the closest, almost identical mustard to the McDonald's one.
Let me. I'm gonna order this right now.
I got it.
I got it in store or Amazon.
I bought it from Amazon. They had it at Whole Foods or some shit, but they don't have it here at Whole Foods.
So I'll tell you this though, real quick. Walmart prides themselves off matching all the sauces. Oh, let me type that in. Pilsudski. Okay, got it. Pilsudski. I got you. That's New York. Pilsudski. Sound like a New York detective.
Sounds like a Pittsburgh thing.
Yeah, it does actually. Shit. What was I gonna say? Pilsudski mustard, right?
Yeah. It's
the hop is a different
sweet hot mustard. Make sure you get the right one. Sweet hot mustard.
There we go. Sweet hot mustard with honey. That one.
Made with honey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gluten-free, kosher, whatever the hell that means.
So, Walmart prides themselves on the knockoff of finding everything. Right. They've got the Cane's one. They've got all these different like sauces. So I saw. And it's probably going to pop up on your feed now because when you talk, your phone finds it. I was talking about hot mustard the other day, and it popped up on my phone how Walmart has a version of it that's supposed to be pretty much identical. They have the Cane's one, they have that one, they have the Mac sauce, they have all the sauces that you can go get at all the places. They just call it something else. I think they call it like chicken finger dipping, whatever it is for the Cane's. But their hot mustard is supposed to be very similar to McDonald's. I just saw it the other day. I was meaning to go pick it up, and I was like, then you just told me that, so I'm gonna order and you swear by it, and you said you spoke on that, so I know you know what you're talking about. So I'm gonna order 4 bottles, and I'm just to have it. I'm gonna need an emergency stash. That stuff is good, man. I cannot have if I'm eating fries at McDonald's and I don't have the hot mustard, it doesn't hit the same to me. So my other thing is this. Oddly enough, being East Coast cuisine and actual Chinese food, when I go eat Chinese food, I can't have Chinese food without hot mustard too. Totally different hot mustards. Totally different, right? The Chinese hot mustard that's a heat that doesn't go south, that goes north, right? So if you're congested or you got any allergies or something's going on, you have that. The vapor is it's Joe. Okay,
goes right through the nose.
Yeah, it's like horseradish, right, or wasabi.
Yep.
So it's it's a totally different thing. So it's if I go and I have Chinese food, I can't have Chinese food without hot mustard either. And being for fast food, the mix between Panda Express's hot mustard and the red chili, mix that together. It's not bad. It's not real hot mustard, but it's okay. But Chinese restaurants, if you don't got if they don't deliver the hot mustard, it's not the same to me.
Man, we got some.
He said Joe broke out his hot mustard collection.
we got some gay ass freaking comments tonight.
And he's wearing yellow. He's wearing a hot mustard Nike shirt too. Since we're at it,
The Laker gold.
Laker gold. Oh man, I'm so happy you said that. I feel like that's a secret society, man. I feel like the hot mustard boys is a secret society. I feel like a lot of people don't know about that, Joe. They don't know what it is.
Shit. You know,
the only reason the Dodgers didn't get him is because we didn't have the DH.
Yeah, they didn't have the DH back in 18. Otherwise, he would have been a Dodger from the beginning.
Dodger from the get-go.
I think the plan was always to come to the Dodgers. That's why he went to the Angels. I mean, there's no other way to look at it.
Yeah, just if the DH was here, he would have been a lifelong Dodger. Would have had. Man.
Yeah, man, we could have used him, man.
Yeah.
In 18, no.
Wonder if Ohtani likes hot mustard.
I bet he's cool as hell, man, with that shit.
But,
A1 Burger in South Central is a good hood burger.
Wait, is that A1 Burger or Al's Burger, Chris?
I think it's A1. He's got A1.
A1? Okay. Because there's an Al's Burger. Al's is... that's what I'm tripping. I'm pretty sure he's saying Al's.
Joe and Jeff are brothers.
Oh
my God, Jeff and Joe have more room for activities now.
I've told Joe before, he like stepbrothers, right? I've actually made fun. I say we're gonna have.
You have to call me Dragon, Jeff.
Joe, be Dragon. Joe, better get in my face because I'll drop that motherfucker. Was that line? Brendan, never get in my face. Call me Nighthawk.
Hold on, put your mustard on your olives. I think I'm done for olives for the next lifetime.
I need to go get something with hot mustard now.
Great value, Southwest hot mustard from Walmart.
No. That's it. That's it.
That's it?
No, Bloodhound. That's it. That's the one that they have at Walmart. That's supposed to be like
the same.
Yeah, that's it. I told you, it popped up on my feed the other day because I was having this debate with someone else. I'd be having the craziest food debates. I'll tell you this: I could sit here and have a conversation with politics and leave as friends. We talk food, I'm slapping somebody. Like I get passionate. I get very passionate. But that's it.
Who's Fergie?
He called you Fergie?
Which Fergie?
Is he calling you Black Eyed Peas, Fergie?
Joe's voice is a mix between Fergie and Jesus. How do you know what Jesus sounded like?
Or Jesus. Maybe there's a Jesus out there. Fergie. Oh my God. Where is
good. So 5:30 p.m. Saturday.
Dino's is fire, Chris. Sorry.
Sweet.
Fergie.
Have you all tried Dino's in LA? They got the best red chicken. I've never heard of Dino's.
Dino's is good.
Kurt is mine. Hey, listen, you guys got to get to Chula Vista at some point. Next time you bring your woman to San Diego, you take a trip.
I just passed through Chula. I stopped to charge my car in Chula Vista at that shopping center.
Okay. Now we're talking about skirts with this charging our car shit. You talking shit now? You talking about how you charge your car?
Bro, I'll punch 150 on the freeway and just.
What do you wind up your shit? Your fucking shit. I'm not gonna go there. Never mind. Joe, try. Hold on.
Portillo's. I'm sure. Joe, you never had Portillo's, Joe?
No.
I think you'd be a Portillo's guy. Joe's more of a Joe comes off as a Chicago guy, in a way. He kind of does. Portillo's is good.
When I was in Chicago in 2009, I'm not gonna lie, man. That place clicked for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird. There was two places that clicked. Now New York is different. New York will always click for me. I belong there. I was probably, if I was in New York in the 90s, I would have been on top of the world. Like if I had went from, I graduated high school in 96. Had I gone to New York after that, I would have next level shit, right? Not that I regret going to San Diego. I'm just saying it would have clicked perfectly over there, right? But when I was in Chicago in 2009, I went and saw that happened to just by sheer luck. I always had the luck of the Lakers being in town when I was in a town, right? So I'm there. The Lakers are in town. I went and got tickets to United Center, one of the easiest places to park a car and walk to the arena. I was there for 3 days, and I was like, damn, I know I'm here during the time where the weather isn't bad, but this fucking place is amazing.
Chicago's great. Architecture's great out there. Skyline is dope.
It really clicked for me. You know what the other place was that that surprises people? New Orleans. New
I
Orleans is
can,
supposed to be bad, right?
I can see you.
I don't know why, but New Orleans clicked.
Well, there's there's definitely really bad stretches of New Orleans, but there's also very good stretches of it.
Miami, too fucking hot, man.
Too sticky.
Oh my god, great atmosphere, but man, I felt like I there was I was inside the a trunk the whole time.
Yeah. I feel like Joe. I feel like Joe. If you took a pot and you open your cupboard and you grab some Chicago, sprinkled it in there, some New York, you sprinkled it in there, probably some New Orleans, some cayenne in there, sprinkled it in there. Believe it or not, a little bit of Philly, sprinkle that in there. You got a little Philly in you. You may not know it, but I don't know if you've ever been to Philly or if you know anyone from Philly, but
No.
Philly. Remove the sport fan from it. Philly's got some cool people. They got a whole different lingo out there too, but Philly's kind of cool. But there's these towns where you can kind of just like, it's kind of like all those like either like cold weather, tough, like, like don't like get in your face, like real type of people, right? They don't take no BS. And it's like you got a combination of kind of all those different vibes. You've been to Pittsburgh, right?
Only on layover.
Oh man, okay. So Pittsburgh, a lot of Polish, Pittsburgh's a very
The Yinzers, I know.
very tough union town too. Like a Philly, like New York, like a Boston, like a Chicago. And believe it or not, you all the Boston sports stuff, you got a little Boston into like just all those towns. They're very similar yet very different. But they're more alike than they're different.
The personality comes from lineage, because where I grew up is the complete opposite of everything you just said. It's a dairy town. It's a bunch of shit kickers, basically. And it was a safe area, even though statistics said it was one of the more dangerous areas. I never understood why this little town in the middle of California was all this gang shit. I'm like, yeah, there's gangs here, but one of the most dangerous places in the area. Never saw that shit. Now, I will say this. When people didn't like you, they literally would come to your house, knock on the door, say to your mom, "Hi, is Joe here?" And then oh yeah, sure, let me go get him. And then you get to the door and they'll punch you right in the face in your own house. That was a staple where we were. However, I wouldn't consider that dangerous. That was just how things were run.
That happens in small towns.
People are bored, right? People are bored. They don't know what to do. That's just kind of how things went. But I didn't grow up in the hood. I didn't grow up in a dangerous area. I went to a good high school. I had a good upbringing. My parents were good people. There's nothing in my life that has anything to write about. I'm not going to be doing some documentary in 10 years talking about how, oh man, I came up hard and blah, blah, blah. Man, I used to hear some stories.
I was born
and
into
I knew these fucking people, and they would make up some bullshit. And I'm like, you stupid motherfucker, you didn't live that kind of life. I was there. Logan Heights in San Diego. Logan Heights. I know there's some shit there, right? But man, when they had that gangster show, Gangland, they're like, that guy, you talk about the voiceover. He's like, and in San Diego, near Logan Heights, you don't want to be here after 7 p.m. I'm like, dude, you know how much shit I did filming stuff in Logan Heights after 7 p.m. over there? No one fucking bothers you over there. No one, that one fucking guy that ever bothered me over there. Now, I know I might be a guy but when you have weapons and you have shit that they said they had, well, you're not going to worry about some guy standing there, right? Like, I never carried anything at that point. So I'm just saying, I think a lot of the shit that's out there, a lot of people like to pull the Posh thing. I don't know if you've seen this, but Posh Spice, when they did the documentary with Bex, she was talking about how, I grew up in a middle, like whatever lifestyle, and he comes out and he's like, "What'd you do? What? Tell everybody. You got to tell the truth. Tell everybody what your dad drove you to school with." And she was hesitating. Because she was trying to pull some bullshit like she came up hard.
Yeah,
right? That's fucked up, man. People do that all the time.
It's disrespectful to those who did come up hard.
First of all, no one grows up hard in America. You want to know what hard is, folks? Ask my dad in 1976 how he got to Greece with his sister, his nephew in her hand, and his mother, and his niece, and his other little sister, and his other little brother. My dad was laughing when he was telling me the stories about the landmines. I'm sitting there, I'm like, you realize you're laughing about walking through landmines to get to the airport, to get to Greece, to come to America. I'll never forget this, man. I was young. One of the few things I remember when I was like 6, 7, 8 years old. The Phil Collins song where they have that animatronic Ronald Reagan skit in it. I can't remember
Land
what
of
song.
Confusion.
There you go, Land of Confusion. I
Love that
remember
song.
it like yesterday, right? My mom and my dad are in the living room. We have that big ass fucking box TV with the fucking whatever, right? And they're sitting there and they're like, look at this. They're making fun of the president on TV. Because
That was the series, though they were puppets, but that was actually a British series, I think, that used those characters, Joe. So it wasn't just something that was totally made up. It was based off of, I think, a popular British series at that time that used those
Which would make
characters.
sense because it's Phil Collins, right? That would.
Yeah.
my dad never preached. Like my parents weren't preachers. They didn't say, all right, son, this is what's going to happen. They would talk and it would register. They're like, look at this. They're making fun of the president like he's nothing. Back home, you made fun of the president, your whole family got eliminated. Not your auntie, your uncle, your cousins could be minding their own business in another town in the country. You made fun of the president, they'll wipe the whole family out. So it's funny the perspective that we have growing up. America. Oh, I grew up in this area. And I'm not trivializing the people that actually grew up in the hood. I know there's some bad shit, but to me, more often than not, I've heard exaggerated stories than real stories. I'm just saying.
Yeah, for sure. And I you know, growing, late 90s, around where I was at, and having like, I went to school in an era where they bust all the kids out of Compton, Watts, South Central, Inglewood, bust them all out of there into schools like around me, right? So like, and it was to get them out of there. It was to get them out of there. And so like hearing some of these stories, and I would have like friends stay at my house all week. They'd be at it was like snowfall. Like they'd be at my house Monday night through Thursday night, and they take the school bus back. They would say, there was a joke. There was like the school bus to and from LA. They only needed the whole fleet on Monday and Friday, because Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, a lot of people weren't going back. They were staying at people's houses. They were figuring something. They didn't want to go back. So like we'd have a lot of people staying. That's one thing. Shout out to my parents, man. That my dad got that from his dad. My grandpa was a truck driver. He used to take people in from the road, teach them how to drive a truck, give them clothes, help them get a job, get them on the road and go and do that. So my dad kind of got that from my grandpa. And so like I'd have like 4 or 5 guys crashing in my house the whole week. You know what I mean? The whole week. And we, they'd be on team, basketball teams together and whatnot. And like, it was so, but whenever I go back to their neighborhoods, I'm like, this is nuts. Like my neighborhood wasn't great. And there were times where it was really, really bad, but where they lived was literally a war zone. It was literally a war zone. It was crazy.
You guys are listening to the Joe Soro experiment. And as you can see, we're experimenting on different subjects.
And different
I guess we're in the social studies of our show. Because what else are we going to talk about tonight? The Lakers played a dud game, right? This was game 82 dud.
They don't play for like 8 more days, right?
Connect dropped 27, though. Hit 5 threes. But you can tell if you watch the game, if you guys happen to be bored tonight and recorded the game, you can still see the confusion with Connect. He doesn't know where to go sometimes.
He's disconnected.
He is so disconnected. And I was hoping that he could get a Connect 4 at some point. I was sure that at some point this year he was going to get a 4-point play. He never got it. How the hell did that happen? For sure, I thought he'd get an and one from the 3, but There's a couple times where the ref didn't call a foul, but I'm still thinking that this guy is maybe a year away from being deadly, a freaking problem, because a guy that can shoot that well is going to be an asset at some point. So I'm crossing my fingers. Either they get a better player or they develop this guy, and he is a sniper. He is a 6-man of the year type guy, maybe even a starter. We'll have to wait and see on that. As far as the Dodgers are concerned, I don't have an opinion at this point. I'm kind of living in the moment with them, because even when they started 8-0, they were still not scoring the first 3-4 runs, and they were coming back. But I don't really know what's going on with Max. I don't know what's going on with Paz. I know he's kind of got some pressure on him, and he's trying to get through it. I'm kind of curious, Jeff. Are they really looking for a center fielder?
It's not looking. They're talking. Yeah. Yes.
And they're not looking for somebody to play third?
Mm,
Don't you think that's more of a pressing issue?
I would say, I'm trying to use my word. I would not say that. I would say they're not looking for someone to play third. But I'm being very direct with the word looking. They're not looking for someone to play third.
They don't want Edmund to play center, do they? They want him at second, huh? But what about when Kim gets there?
No. So this I can't say. They want Edmund to be able to be moved. They want Edmund and Kike to be able to be bounced around. But they want Edmund, the bulk of his innings, to be at second base for right now. The Dodgers have 3 deals they can do right now for center fielder. That's been locked up. Which one? I'm not entirely sure which one, but they're prioritizing defense. If they can get some pop in that bat to go with it, someone they could plug into this lineup who could probably do better in this lineup. The reason I'm saying the Dodgers are not looking for a third baseman is because they're not looking for one.
All right, let's cut to the chase here. Do you think they're going after Luis Robert? He's not really doing too well already.
But they don't care about that. So like the thing with them is, so if they wanted Luis Robert today, they'd have him.
Okay.
So he's there. There was a deal. There was a deal in the offseason that the Dodgers could have done. They decided to wait. What I'm hearing, and I can talk about this. I can't talk about the other two. I can talk about him because the other two have not leaked. So it's not my information. So I don't want to say the name. Names. The one with Luis Robert is the Dodgers could have him right now if they wanted him. There was a deal that was basically done in the offseason. The Dodgers have such a good rapport with the White Sox that the Dodgers get the last right of refusal when it comes to Robert. So if the Dodgers want him, they get the chance. They get the chance to match. The White Sox will call them before a deal gets done anywhere else. Do you want him? Dodgers also got the last call on Crochet. They got the last call before he went to Boston. The Dodgers rejected it because of the price, and they didn't have to go crazy for that. So the Dodgers got the last call on last year with Kopech because the Dodgers were 5th in line for Kopech. They got the last call. They matched it. Done. So when it comes to Luis Robert, if the Dodgers want him, they could have him today. They could have had him in the offseason. Dodgers like Tommy Edman, very similar to Tommy Edman. They've had their eye on someone for a little bit of time, and they're waiting that out. If they can get this person, they're going to pass on Roberts. If they can't get this person this year, it's going to be like a Tommy Edman thing. This is going to be something they're kind of are willing to go a couple years and see if they can still make it happen. But for third base, they're not looking for someone for third base. And it's the reason, and they're not looking because there's framework in place already. The same thing. If they wanted to pivot to that right now, it'd be done. So I would say we're 30 to 45 days away from them strongly considering third base. we're already there with them considering center field. We're already there. So we're already there. So the facts that the Dodgers could potentially have a new center fielder by next weekend, depending on how serious they are.
What's your take on that? Is this do you think this is a panic move, or is this something that they were going to do anyways?
Something they were going to do anyway. So what they were trying to do is from what I understand, is they were waiting to see how Mookie was going to be, how he was doing at shortstop, how was he going to come back, how was he playing it out there, how Freddie healed up, what they were going to do with Kim. There's a lot of things that were sorting out. I heard that they also wanted to see how Rojas going to play like he did last year. Mm-hmm. They also were trying to find ways to get Kike more playing time this year as an everyday player in a different spot. The Conforto situation kind of threw somewhat of a wrench into some things because they didn't think they were going to be able to get him like they got him. So they got him, and that kind of like, oh, okay. Not that they weren't going after him, but they thought he was going to get a 2 or 3 year deal somewhere. They didn't realize they were going to be able to get him for 1 year, and they went after him, but they didn't. They considered Conforto probably a little bit of a long shot, and he was very interested in coming there, and he almost didn't really entertain anything else. So not that they were shocked that they got him, but they were shocked at how easy they got him. So when it comes to what they're doing in center field, they don't feel comfortable having Edman out there as an everyday center fielder come playoff time when they value him, because like I said, Edman is elite at second base. Elite. That is his natural position, and they want him to be able to play there in the come playoff time. And so they want a guy that can cover that center. That's why the Dodgers went out and got Kiermaier. They knew they weren't going to get much out of him from the plate, but they knew the glove was going to be next level. So in their minds, like, look, if we can get someone whose glove is next level, and we just got to get him in. On the ESPN broadcast tonight, they showed that this hit that Edman got batting from the left side, that he got to that ball. They're like, he couldn't have got to that ball. He could not have gotten to that ball in St. Louis because the way that he was batting,
how the hell did he get that hit?
Because of his stance and his approach. So what happens is when you look at his stance at the plate in St. Louis and his approach to the plate in St. Louis was completely different. There's no real surprise here that the way he stepped up in the playoffs, or the way he's played since he came back from injury, and the way he started this year, they've unlocked him. They found things within him, especially from the left side, right? They found things within him that St. Louis never unlocked. So if you talk about someone like a Luis Robert Jr., if you talk about someone, I'm going to throw this name out there because they can have him today if they want him. If you talk about someone like Nolan Arenado, all right, if you talk about these guys that you can plug into this lineup, and they're a whole, I think what people don't truly understand about baseball, if you take someone on a basketball team and plug him in onto another team, a guy averaged 20 points a game over here, you put him with some other stars, he's a good player on a bad team, his usage, all that drops, his numbers go way down. It's different in baseball. If you're going to everyday player on one team and an everyday player on another team, you're still getting at bats. No one's taking your touches away like they do in basketball, right? So what happens is when you're at the plate in a game, Nolan Arenado's approach at the plate in St. Think would be much different than his approach at the plate in Los Angeles as a Dodger. So when you're batting and maybe he's 8th, 9th, whatever it is, his approach now is, I don't got to think about getting 25 home runs this year. I don't got to think about batting 280. I don't got to put all this pressure on myself. I got to drive some runs in. I got to get on base, hit a dinger every once in a while, rediscover that glove that I can play over there at third base, and I'll be great. I'll be fine here. His whole approach, the pressure of winning is there, but the pressure of delivery and delivering in that lineup is different than when you only got 2 other guys in your lineup that can do something. So someone like a Nolan Arenado, someone like a Tommy Edman, someone like any of these guys that you bring over here, that you plug into here, someone like a Teoscar Hernandez, right, who got kind of brought back to life over here, someone like a Will Smith, right? You plug him in, had a really rough year last year. He's plugged right back in. He's locked in. He's more healthy. There's a lot of things that the Dodgers do with their guys. And the biggest word in baseball is approach. Approach. When you heard Freddie Freeman talk about his walk-off grand slam, count how many times he said the word approach. The approach in baseball is everything. And when you're coming from a team that had the worst record in the league, the worst record in the history of the league, and you're thrown back out there again in your potential free agent year, your approach is going to be suspect. You're playing for you. You're pressing at the plate. You get someone like Luis Robert in here playing within this lineup, everything changes because the approach changes. And that's where everything is different. Even with someone like a Nolan Arenado, it's different when you get them over here. We went from talking mustard to actually being serious about sports here, but it's a whole different thing. And so the Dodgers have 3 deals that they would be comfortable doing. They have their priorities. And the reason I say they're not looking for a third base is because they already have something kind of lined up there if they need to. Hell, they could put Kike at third now and just sit Muncy for a stretch. They could put Kike there now. I was even wondering, like, why when Freddie's out hurt, just put Muncy at, even though Muncy hasn't been terrible at first, put Muncy at first. Just put him at first, let Kike start getting regular run at third, but they don't want to lose Muncy yet. They don't want to just have him mentally shut down yet.
When do you think, okay, so let's talk about that for a second. Who do you think out of the bunch is not going to bust out of this slump?
I think Rojas,
because Rojas has been getting he's been getting good contact on the ball. They just luck.
I don't think he's getting good contact, but it's contact. It's late. It's early. He's not putting the baseball where he wants to. He's had some decent at bats. But I think if you're gonna keep Kike, if you're gonna bring up Kim at some point, you're looking around and it's gonna affect Rojas. Unless you stash CT3 somewhere, which is another thing. I told you the Dodgers are not going to DFA him. I don't believe so. There were 2 guarantees that I would have took any bet on about a month ago. 1, the Dodgers were never going to DFA Chris Taylor prior to the season. And 2, the Lakers were never going to waive Alex Len. 2 totally different reasons and 2 totally different politics as why both were impossible. Impossible to do. Impossible. Like it can't happen. So obviously the Len thing is different. He's still playing the scene. There's nothing to be done with that. But Chris Taylor, the Dodgers don't want to DFA a guy before his 10th year of serve time because he may not get another job. Look what they do for like Andrew Tolles. Look at the stuff that they do. They're very aware of these situations. So they would trade him in a second to a place he probably would get moved to. And then under the understanding that the Dodgers operate like this. And what I told, like, this is why agents and teams and players, this is what makes it so special. The Dodgers would only trade CT3 to a place that team would ensure that they would keep him or release him to go to a team that he would choose. And the Dodgers would already pretty much have that lined up. Like, they are going to guarantee that he has a home this year. Like, it's that important to them. But if you look at his money and if you look at Muncy's money, there's some things you can do if they decide to do it. But now, I don't think they'll trade Muncy. I think he's too valuable as a leader. He's too valuable in the clubhouse. He's one of their dogs. Like, he's a guy that I think they need him for so much more than he does at the plate.
I'm confused. I thought this was Chris Taylor's 12th season.
I don't think it's his 10th of service time, of his like major league service time.
Didn't he come up in Seattle in 14?
Yeah, but it's he doesn't have a major league service time. This is his 10th year.
Huh.
So he has to have his 10 years of service time to qualify for his pension.
Well, it's the Lakers and the Dodgers, even though we thought for a minute there they were separate philosophies. It looks like they're as much closer than we thought in terms of how they take care of their players.
Well, the Alex Len thing isn't about taking care of Alex. Do you know why they couldn't waive Alex Len?
I'm talking the way they handle LeBron.
Oh yeah, they're stars. They're long-term guys. Even when they traded D-Fish for Jordan Hill, it was the understanding that he'd be able to get to where he wanted to go. Like that was all back channel lined up. When they do those things, it's so they know the guys there. The guys are okay and they know where they're going. They're happy about it. That's how they do it. And you're right. It is kind of similar with that.
Yeah, he had his best game. Alex Lynn had his best Laker game today, believe it or not.
Yeah, 6 fouls in 14 minutes.
Yeah, but see the Alex Lynn thing is kind of like the Darvin Ham thing, right? They probably never should have. He wasn't a guy you should have had to have gotten in the first place, right? But he was what was left over. He was quote unquote the best big on the market. That says a lot because there just wasn't any, and he had. There were several teams after him. He committed to a team, and then decommitted to the team when the Laker opportunity presented itself. He was going somewhere else. He decommitted. But here's the thing. This is why, like I said, I would have taken any bet. Once you sign a buyout guy, you can't waive him. It's the politics of the game. It's the agent. So when you sign a buyout guy, there's a reason a buyout guy is never claimed off waivers. There's a reason a buyout guy gets to go where he wants. There's a reason for that. It's an unwritten rule. If you sign a buyout guy and you waive him and he doesn't get a chance to get playoff shares, he doesn't get any of that, you waive him, he chose you do, that's the process. He gets waived, bought out, waived, whatever. He clears waivers. Even if a team that can claim him could use him, they can't touch him. Those are the rules. You can't touch him. Frees up, he gets to go where he wants. Once he goes to where he wants, you cannot waive that player unless that player and his agent request it and give you clear-cut permission. Because if you do, you're never getting a buyout player again. Never. And that agent, you're cooked. You've burned it. So you cannot do it. The only way it works is if the Lakers had gone to Len and the agent, like, look, we're not going to break the rules, but the odds are you're not going to get any playing time. You're going to get no run. Do you want to start your vacation early? And if he says yes and you get the blessing, you can do it. But I've never seen it. I've never seen the blessing. But outside of that, they can't do it. Did they want to? Probably. They can't do it. Cannot do it because it's those are the rules.
I get it.
They probably knew a couple of days into the fact, like, man, we gotta keep, we gotta keep him. We got to keep him. And he wasn't got to be used. He wasn't got to play heavy minutes. He was got in case a big body goes down and they just got to throw a big body in there because they don't have one. It's all it's there for. But it's not a good option. But at the same time, there were no options.
I can't. It's mind-boggling to me how a guy that built former lottery pick could be so bad at basketball.
Well, it's a long time ago when he was a lottery pick. And two, he just
you know
how many lottery picks are not even in the league 4 years after they get picked? You know what I mean? Like the fact that he's even had a long-term career. He just fell off the map.
I don't know, man. It's like he moves well. Like I can't figure out the Alex Lynn thing. Like where is he mentally? Why can't he play?
He's just
I don't.
bad.
It's just mind-boggling to me how that happens.
He's
He looks like he doesn't know any. I would like to think that there's some kind of footwork that you're working on day in and day out to get yourself in the right frame of mind to play basketball. I don't know. It's mind-boggling to me how this happens.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know. I've seen Alex Lynn play his whole career. He's never been this bad. He's not that bad of a player. I don't know what's going on here. Now he is now for the Lakers. He's that bad of a player. But what I'm saying is like but sometimes it's his isn't is he being used right? Is he being played out of position? Is he, like it says, the coach have him in the right spots? Like my biggest thing, one of my biggest defenses of Vando is always been about teams figuring out how to properly use him and where he's comfortable coming from his angles, where he's catching the ball. There's a lot of different things with Vando that his angles, everything, his seams have to be managed. If it's not, you're going to have a bumbling, fumbling fool out there. But if you use him correctly, you're going to have a guy that can absolutely impact winning. Absolutely. But if you don't, you have a guy that's going to impact winning in the opposite direction, which is why when Vando typically first comes back from injury, he's a hot mess They're not using him right. He's cutting out of other areas other than his baseline or the dunker spot. He's coming to his wrong shoulder. He's reaching with his wrong hand to get the basketball. There's all kinds of things that lead. He's trying to like thinking about catching the putting the ball in the basket before catching it. There's a lot of these things with Vando. With Vando, it's always about, from what I've seen, and because I've coached a lot of guys like Vando, not to talk about like that skill set where they were very, very athletic, like they could run out the gym, they could rebound, block shots, defend. But when it came to the offensive side of the court, like, what am I going to do with this guy? What am I going to do with this guy? Like, so I've had plenty of guys like that, and I know that when you're not using him correctly, his timing, where he's at, get him feeling good about himself around the basket. When that locks and that clicks with Vando, you get that Boston game. You get that stretch you had before he got hurt in Boston. You get that stretch that we've seen. When his timing isn't right and he's a hot mess, but he absolutely impacts winning. And if you look at, even prior to the Luka trade, when they got DFS and Vando came back, their numbers, the Lakers, a lot of things changed in that stretch. But there was a time that AD went down pre-Luka trade. It was those two guys, and along with Gabe being healthy, like those two guys impacted winning so much. But they got to be used right. They got to be used right. And Alex Len isn't that. It's not that he's not being used right. It's not that they don't know what to do with them. It's not any of that. Joe, Alex Len is very much like Bobby Miller at this point. It's got to be between the ears, right? It's got to be between the ears, because it's not like he's coming back from like a torn ACL. It's not like he hasn't played for 6 months. It doesn't make sense, because although he's been trash, I've never seen him his entire career be this trash. I've seen him play a lot. I've never seen him be this trash.
I saw a clip of Bobby Miller striking out Ohtani when he was still in Anaheim.
Oh, I was at I was at that game. That was
three-digit heater, man. Struck his ass
first
out.
batter he ever faced. And Shohei gave him the bow. He's like, "Okay, kid, you stared me down." He said, "You stared me down." That was a Freeway Series before the start of the season. He had it. And Alex Len was never a prospect like Bobby Miller. But Alex Len was a serviceable big for a while.
I just feel like, have you noticed that every prospect the Dodgers have is either they come out the gate and then they have different levels of absolutely crashing. But which, other than Will Smith, and I don't count Rojas because he left for
Miami,
most of the time. But really, Will Smith on this team is the only guy. On
this team, on this current team, yes.
Yeah. I don't know if I like that. I don't like that percentage. Pages I was talking to some guys before spring training. I talked to some guys in Arizona when I was there. I'm like, they're talking, "Hey man, what about center field? Hey, what about this? What about that?" I'm like, guys, rushing, Zaire. I mean, we got a chance to see some guys. Zaire Hope. Mm-hmm. I'm like, at some point, I'd like to see some of these young guys get a spot.
But it's the same thing like a Michael Bush situation. You know who's killing it right now? And I wish he was a center fielder. The guy who's killing it in the minor leagues is Rosario. He's batting like 350. He's got a hit in every single game. He's killing it down there. You can't just have a guy like that destroying. You either gotta bring him up or waive him so he can go play somewhere, because he's killing it. That guy doesn't belong in the minors. It's just like I said, it's a Michael Bush situation, but he's a veteran. You don't do a vet like that when he's raking like that. So they've got to decide what to do with him. But it's too bad he's not a center fielder, because if he was, he'd be up here right now.
Maybe it's just I'm noticing it more. And it's always gone on like that. It's crazy. I remember Bellinger when he came up. I was just like, damn, man. They found the next 5-tool player at that
Bellinger,
time.
Seager
was the only issue. It was always the same discussion, man. Just stay healthy.
Yeah. But he had everything. The thing is that they started spending money on all these top tier guys. And when you do so, you're taking away, you go out and get a Teo. I think Conforto, that's why he's kind of a placeholder. If Will Smith, I mean, there was talk when Will Smith signed his deal, like people saying, can he play third? Can he play third or first? Right? He's not going to finish out that contract at behind the plate.
Can he really play third?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That was a lot of talk last year when he signed that deal. It's like there was a lot of talk of trying to convert him to a third baseman. And I was like, okay, well, when is he played third? Did he play there in high school? Did he play there in college? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. You know what I mean? Like, where do you get that from? But I heard a lot of that. Like a lot of the guys I was talking to last year, like, oh yeah, he could play third or first in a couple of years. Like, whoa, first I get third? Okay, that's different, right? So I think like I think the Dodgers want to get Muncy this year. I think they want to let him finish this year here, and then kind of go from there. But the Dodger prospect guys, like they either got traded for someone or they got moved because they had nowhere to put them. Like Michael Busch would be playing great on this team, but Teo or Michael Busch, does Michael Busch play like this when he's on a winning team? Does he only play like this on a bad team? You don't know.
I'd say this is a good button on a very, very good show. Longest show I've had. So thank you guys for being a part of it. What the hell is going to happen with the Shohei pitching thing? I keep hearing different things now.
I heard different things too.
What are they worried about? Like for real, like besides the normal shit. Oh, what if he gets hurt for the year? Is that really what it is, or is it something else?
The hitting, the year he had at the plate last year, it's got them. And they're like, okay, he's not. Is he focused too much on pitching right now that it's affecting his hitting? Like they don't want it to be something where he becomes so obsessive with pitching that it takes away what he brings to the plate. Now, I don't know if he'd do that. There's also like you got Snell on the DL. When or if Kershaw's coming back, he's coming back. He's going to play some innings. Gosselin, I think they're like, okay, there are going to be stretches where some of these guys are out for a good stretch of time. And I think that's when Shohei is going to be. It's going to be his time. I think they want to get Roki right. Yamamoto's dominating. Glass now, although he got rocked in Philly. He wasn't terrible today. They got to get some of their guys back. See what they have. Kind of go from there. You said earlier today, like Dryer's legit. Like this is a guy that we didn't even think about in the offseason when you talked about all these guys in the pen. Now you got him. We got all these other guys now, right? And we still don't have Kopech, Gratterall, or Phillips.
I'm not worried about the bullpen.
No. But what I'm saying is this: I'm not worried about the bullpen, but some of these guys.
I seriously, even though Kasperius had a bad game yesterday, there is zero worry about the bullpen. The bullpen to me has got better, even better than I thought they were going to be, because of guys like Dryer,
what Banda can do, right? You got some.
We know Kasperius was going to pitch well. I knew that. We all knew that. He was showing it already in spring training.
Yeah,
Vesia's Vesia. Mm-hmm. I do know. I know that Blake is a little off right now.
He is a little off. Is that one that PCA got? It didn't go where it should have. And that's the only reason why he killed it. And I like what PCA said. I love. Did you see his interview after it? And he was talking about, nasty stuff. He left on the Trina when he's like, I have no idea. He basically said, I have no idea how I hit it other than my barrel just caught the ball. That's it. Like when a hitter says that's basically saying like, I swung, it connected. Like he basically said that. Like it's trying to win right. It's nasty.
I can't even the fact that somebody says that in a Major League Baseball game. Yeah. I didn't know where it was and I still hit it out. Mm-hmm. That hand-eye coordination is. I don't even know how. They should do a show about how that works, and then compare it to like guys like Barry Bonds and Tony Gwynn. The science of the hand-eye coordination and how a ball can go 400 feet, 350 feet for a home run, and I don't think they're lying, right? I don't think he has any reason to lie. Didn't know where the ball was, yet still hit it out. How the hell is your hand-eye coordination like that?
Yeah, it made no sense for him to say it unless it was true. Right?
I don't
Yeah.
think that's a. I don't even think that's something that can I can't comprehend that. How do you not know where the ball is going and still
Yeah.
smack the shit out of it?
Crazy. So,
Joe, have you had an Italian beef sandwich? Yes, I have plenty of times. But anyways, this Otani thing we'll get back to on another show. I'm sure we'll talk in more detail. I'm just wondering if they're getting cold feet and we'll just call it a. I don't think they're going to do that. I think Otani wants to pitch, and I think we need to see it for at least a couple of years in my book.
Yep.
But the aftermath, if something were to happen, would be catastrophic. But I wouldn't be mad at them. I'll put it right now on record. If they did try to do it and something bad happened, I'm not going to blame them. This is not a normal thing that's available. You have to see it through.
They signed him to pitch too. They signed him to pitch.
You have to see it through. If it doesn't work out, fine. After that, you can put them. You can put them away forever. But you got to see if this can happen at least once or twice. So that's kind of where I sit on that. But thanks for being on here, Jeff. Again, I had a great time tonight. We got a chance to talk about a few things. Gerald, again, thanks for eating the olives, even though I didn't ask you to.
I told you. You do it, I'll do it.
Again, I owe you one for that. For everyone else, thank you for being here this morning, this afternoon, and this evening, wherever you are. We'll be back probably tomorrow. I'll probably be back tomorrow. I'm going to try to be here every day, especially when the Dodgers are playing. And maybe we'll get a chance to talk a little bit of NBA basketball on Tuesday when the play-in starts. And we'll, the draft is coming up in about a week and a half for the NFL. You guys get ready for that because I have some things. I might broadcast live on that one while the first and second round are going. So with that, I'm Joe Soro. You are listening to or watching the Joe Soro Experiment. And to my right is Empire Jeff. You want to tell him your last name, Jeff?
TV.
Good. His name is TV. Empire Jeff TV. So Jeff's his middle name. And then below me is, not below me is Gerald, and I've given him the middle name G. Glassford. He is the podfather of the
Just
Lakers
forget what
Fast
my
Break.
mom and dad did 50 plus years ago. That's okay. Okay.
Look, Gerald, when you're a showman, you have a stage name. So your name is Triple G.
Know all too well. I worked in Hollywood. Yes, I know. There
you go. You gotta embrace that. There's no disrespect. What's Tom Cruise's name? Moppifer or something. Thomas Moppifer the Fourth. That ain't a movie star
Les
name.
Grossman, I think.
Tom Cruise. Les Grossman's funny, by the way.
Yes.
By the way, props to Tom Cruise. He created all that shit too. Everything. Yes. The fat hands with the hair. I remember there was a moment in my life until I saw Les Grossman. I thought I had the hairiest hand.
I think that's what he asked Stiller. He said he wouldn't do it unless he got, I think, the arm hair. I think that was one of the things, according to Stiller.
Anyways, thanks again, guys. We'll talk more, I'm sure, in the next few days. And until next time, folks, we'll see you next time.